Gogi is wrong. I don't want to be right.
What would Socrates say to that?
It tickles my fancy.
Okay.
Goosies.
I don't have hair.
Oof.
You got Marcos.
That's not. No, that's not.
Wait.
Yeah,
That's true. You do got me. Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at you.
They
don't want it.
Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay, Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Still on the songs with the show, and till then his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof I'm alive by the motor. No proof. Like I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him. And if I did, I never ever traded him. You know what? What is a star? Like under the city, the driver's side floor. Gucci got large, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. Hey, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever and cute as can be. You can watch it on YouTube and view it for free. Hey, this one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time wonder what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Good morning, everybody.
Can't promise
Tobin and
you that.
Leroy here with you. Can't promise you, Tommy. Mullins might want to quibble a little bit more. They've been slumping the last couple.
When they slump, boy, they don't hit, they don't score nothing.
Nope. Started the game off with a leadoff homer yesterday. That was it. That's all we got. So welcome on in, everybody. It is a hump day. Let's get to some headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
You know, unexpected today. I did not know that we would have our boy Vlad on the show today. And I guess my number one headline is, how are you?
How are you? Let me tell you this. It's like you a kid, right? And it's Christmas.
Yeah.
But right after Thanksgiving, you told your parents, they asked you for your Christmas list. And you gave it to them. And they busted their ass to get you that Christmas gift. And it's Christmas Day. It's beautiful. Everybody's happy. All the decorations, the aesthetics. It's beautiful.
And Petey broke your toy.
And you opened your toy. And you started, oh, man, this is great. The toy is beautiful and everything.
They're going to come out. The toy comes out patriotic and a flag.
Oh, my God.
Better than you could have imagined.
Oh, my God. 9/11. Oh.
No, beautiful.
Then you start playing with the toy for 4 seconds. And then boom, the toy's done.
Jeez. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's how it is. That's how it is.
Vlad.
Yeah.
Now, it's unfortunate, but your offensive line is terrible, dude.
Yeah, but
and they've been terrible.
Leroy, that's every offensive line.
There's a lot. I've said that.
Allen was getting destroyed too, but nobody, he was turning the ball over. If you look at the play, he really should have got the ball. He had an open guy. He should have got the ball. He should have thrown the ball to Garrett Wilson. But I don't know what it is. Maybe he had butterflies. It was his first 4 games, but
he's also old. Doesn't move.
And
like
he's 39. The old kind of moves slow.
The old move slow, dude. The old move slow.
The old move slow. So
yeah,
it's Father Time. Here's the thing. With your Christmas wish, Father Time don't have a schedule. Father Time don't celebrate holidays. Father Time don't care if it's Christmas or not. And you know what? Like I said to Tobin all the time, be careful of a calf strain. Because all that stuff is connected.
It's always a dicey one, man. Well, it's like one of these things where, like, look, not gonna lie, Vlad, there was hilarity in it yesterday for us, but I don't want to laugh too much because in the karma of football, I feel like it could go.
Yeah,
it's a dangerous game.
You can't laugh at somebody else's quarterback when what your quarterback has been through. You can't even go there.
I'm trying not like you know what I did today just to kind of get away from too much Jetsdom is I listened to WEEI, see if I can get some Mac Jones slander. Just be like, let me just get ready for the game because I feel like if we pile on the Jets too much, it'll come back to bite us in the ass in some way. Because as cursed as the Jets are, the Dolphins have had their own tortured last 23 years. And so I'm trying to it's almost a 24-hour rule. I'm ready to move on to whatever. If they got to go get a Wentz or a Cam Newton, I don't know what the hell you guys are going to do. It can't be the MILF. It can't be the MILF hunter.
I don't know what to do. I just
listen.
There's nothing to do. First of all, because it's like it happened Monday night. So, and then you just have to face, another defense that's just pretty damn good in Dallas. So, yeah, this was not the ideal situation. I'm just happy we got the win. Like I told you yesterday.
Oh, it was a Goosey's win.
We're 1-0 in the division. At least we beat Buffalo. Now, you just got to temper whatever expectations we had prior to the season. Everything just has to be tempered down. We still keep our first round pick though.
That is true. You guys don't have to give up the first round pick. The other thing that does suck though for all of us is they put like half the Jets schedule on prime time. And
we're getting if we stink the bed, we're getting flexed.
There's only some games they can flex. This is the worst case. They thought this last year with Russell Wilson, where Russell Wilson was getting it, but Russell Wilson was his own doing of just being terrible. Now, honestly, it's maybe it's Nathaniel Hackett's fault. Who knows? I mean, it seemed maybe just trouble seems to follow him. I don't know. But it's gonna be a whole lot of Zach Wilson on prime time.
Have we already, if you're a Jets fan, which you are, have you already gotten to the point where there's no chance we can win with Zach Wilson?
No, I haven't gotten that. All of it.
Okay, because guess what?
Right now, Leroy,
you went to 2 AFC Championship games
with Mark Sanchez.
Sanchez.
Yeah,
and Mark Sanchez was. I mean,
but Sanchez didn't do as much of the stupidity that Zach Wilson has done, and at least Sanchez played in a competitive college football atmosphere at USC.
Right.
No, fans were trying to leave. My Jet group, they were trying to leave. See you next season and all that. I had to curse them out. No, I had to curse them out. Curse them out. Curse them out.
Aaron Rodgers could be done, right?
Huh?
I mean, the recovery from an Achilles.
Yeah, they said it. I mean, everybody but the doctor. I'm listening to the real doctors. They said he should be able to come back in a year. It's not his plant foot like Marino was.
But Marino wasn't 40 when this happened.
Right.
Marino was in his early 30s.
I don't know what ayahuasca can do. Ayahuasca could be,
Listen,
I told them to go to the German doctor that Kobe and LeBron see.
Yeah,
but there's no
German doctor.
But here's the
platelet. Well, they do it here now. So
yeah, but here's the thing. Like, if you're the Jets and you're a Jets fan, it's already kind of ruined for you. You can't be looking forward to the return of Aaron Rodgers at 40 off an Achilles tear. Like,
why not?
This was supposed to, because you were supposed to get him now.
Listen, man, he can't go out on 4 plays. That's disgusting.
So you're just gonna have a countdown to Aaron Rodgers and see what he's got?
Listen, man. Like I said, expectations have been tempered now. Okay?
Who do you want? Who do you want as quarter? Are you actually going to roll out with Zach Wilson the rest of the year?
We have to. Tobin,
oh my God!
What are we doing? We're not grabbing anybody from the streets. What I want, Matt old ass Ryan? No, I don't want Matt Ryan.
Right out of the booth.
What I want, Phillip Rivers out of high school?
I'd actually be intrigued by Phillip Rivers.
What did you see him throw the ball in Indianapolis?
I don't care. I feel like that's all the ones.
That's why this dude sucks as a fan.
Of all the one, better than Zach Wilson.
Well, okay. I heard an interesting thing this morning, and that was if the Vikings lose 2 or 3 more times.
I
don't want his old ass. I don't want $40 million, Kirk.
You don't want Kirk Cousins?
No. Look, here's
man. Look, I'm gonna say this.
He was better than Aaron Rodgers last year.
We're gonna die with Zach, but we're gonna ride and die with Zach.
Hey,
here's what we're looking at. We got Breece Hall back.
Yeah.
We got AVT back. We got Becton. Those guys, when Zach was playing like crap last year, those guys.
You're going through.
Breece Hall led us.
So you hoping this is going to be like a Rex Ryan year, 8-8 getting the playoffs?
Well, no. I mean,
dude, you're doing what is this stage of grief that you're doing? Negotiating, like that's what you're trying to do. I'm telling you, you know what you're doing, dude. I'm telling you, I've seen this before.
So I know what this is.
I know exactly what you're doing right now. See, this happened to the Dolphins pretty recently, actually. This happened 2017, I think was the year, 2016, 2017. The year after they made the playoffs, Ryan Tannehill, Jay Ajayi, they were kind of riding that whole wave. And then Tannehill gets hurt. And they go into the next year, and he's like, oh, Tannehill's rehabbing. He's going to be all right. Training camp happens. Knee doesn't hold up, and he gets hurt again. And who do they call? Jay Cutler. And we're like, oh, it's going to be all right. Adam Gase, Jay Cutler, they know the system, baby. No, it's a disaster. It's a disaster, dude.
We're not
it's
calling
not
anybody, Tobin.
It
We're
doesn't
just
matter.
gonna
But the guy
ride
that you
with what
have,
we got.
dude, the guy that you had, the locker room hated his guts last year. They were wearing T-shirts for his replacement.
Right.
You
Now,
got no hope.
They're going to love him.
You got no real
Have
hope.
to love him.
You have no real hope. Maybe you'll get 7 games. Maybe. But you're not. You're not doing anything real. You know, all the dreams of Super Bowl.
Or crap the bed. Get Caleb Williams.
Well, that's what you should really do. That's the plan. That's what you should do. You should throw that's the plan. That kid's going to be amazing, and he only wants to go to a glamour market
and have him learn under Aaron.
So then, if you want that to happen, you should go get like Josh Rosen or somebody to deliver.
No, we just ride out with Zach and just let him crap the bed.
He's so bad.
And just empty out your quarterback room.
Woof.
All
right.
Bring them all in.
We'll take a quick break. You guys can text the show 305-567-0560. You can get in on the chat on Miami 560 WQAM. We will take you up until 2 o'clock. Back and forth to this.
WQA.
Welcome back, you rascals. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Hey, our show on the Miami Media School giving you a chance to come and watch our show in studio. Take part in the goosies, the shenanigans, maybe some sports talk. You guys can see how it all works. All you need to do is go to WQAM, go to the contest page, and you can enter to win. You also get a WQAM swag bag if you win. So check that on out. Appreciate Miami Media School setting that up. Gain the skills, advantages, and insights you need to become a sports broadcaster. Visit beonair.com for more information. Was just starting to listen, Leroy, during the break to that surly bastard Bill Belichick, who has never beaten Tua. Never. You know, it's one thing that has remained in his entire career. Rookie, disgruntled with Flores, all that. Yeah. Tua Tagovailoa has never lost to Bill Belichick. And so we'll see. We'll see if the old mad genius has something to figure out. Certainly, I wouldn't take advice of whatever LA did with Tyreek Hill. Although I don't know really what you could do against Tyreek Hill. He's amazing. And if they do try and take him up, this could be that's the thing with the Dolphins. There's so much speed all over the place. This is a tough one for them to stop, even though I got respect for what that guy can do as a coach and what that defense is.
Yeah, I always wonder in moments like that, do you blitz the quarterback and make the passes shorter? You can't let them run around in your secondary. So you control what you can control. And if I can control when you release the ball, then I got a chance of making a tackle. If I don't, and I try to play coverage, you got too many guys out there that can run. So it's always a game of cat and mouse and figuring out, hey, we're going to change it up. But if they get you when you changing it up, it's over.
Oh, I would love it if you can get them to start 0-2 with a primetime game loss with that dumbass Mac Jones and his stupid face having to watch Tua kick his ass in his building on primetime.
What is WEI saying about Mac Jones? They love him now?
I was trying to listen. See, this is the thing that pisses me off about them. Like, I was trying to listen today for some pre-grief listening or see if I can get some, receipts and see, because I think the last time I tuned in, they're like, who do you love? Who would you pick, Mac or Tua? And they're like, I still take Mac. He got a real he's got a coordinator now. And I'm like, all right, well, coordinator or not, I mean, dude still stinks, but that's fine. We'll see what happens. It's not the most explosive
Let me ask you a question.
League, but good luck.
Is Mac Jones better than Zach Wilson?
Yeah, but what's that saying?
I don't know. I was just curious because, like, it seems like both cities hate their quarterback.
Yeah, I think that there's this is like your with the Boston fan that's still in on Mac Jones. I think it's like, oh, well, he was fine his rookie year, disaster last year, obviously, but there was a bad situation and he looked like a crybaby. Maybe Bill O'Brien, who's a little bit more credible, obviously, than Matt Patricia as an offensive coordinator, can get something out of him. I understand that. I understand that logic. Plus, we got our old friend Mike Gesicki that we got to face.
Oh,
and Devontae Parker, double revenge game for these two lugs.
Devontae, is he healthy?
Yes,
because he could get hurt walking to the stadium.
You never know when he's going to pull a hammy. Never know when that's going to happen. And then of course Gesicki, he's got to be thinking to himself, ultimate revenge game. He was like, oh, I wanted to stay, and didn't get his long-term deal. Didn't get any snaps last year, and he's watching his boy Durham Smythe first game is catching balls willy-nilly.
It's really weird. Well, part of that is what they wanted Mike to do. See, one of the reasons why Durham Smythe is open a lot of times is because they all assume that he's going to block.
Mm.
And with Gesicki, there's none of that. And it's pretty weird that you go from somebody like Gronk to Mike Gesicki because, in effect, you're not using the tight end on the end of the line of scrimmage like you've done for so many years either.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those things. He is a talented pass catcher, and they did get him on the cheap skis. Like they didn't have to pay a lot for him. So like I'm not saying Mike Gesicki's a bum. I think the guy obviously has some
No, I'm
talent.
not saying that at all. Either.
But he just didn't work out with this. It was such a clear thing from the get-go on the Dolphins last year. It's almost strange that they never ended up trading him. That like, you know, there was always those rumors around the year, but it was strange that because Smythe got more snaps last year anyway.
Right.
So
well, it's crazy because, you know, so you have here's how it works. You have X, Y, and Z. Y is the tight end, which is the slot guy. They use a fast guy for that position. They would never use a tight end in Mike McDaniel's offense. So that automatically kind of eliminates Mike Gesicki. The only way they could actually use him is, hey, if I put you on the inner line of scrimmage and go 3 wides, right? And then you have a chance to do some damage, but now we're going to run the ball and we can't use you. So it was kind of a schematic thing that got him out of here because the year before, you know, he's been having good years.
Yeah, you know, and there was a thing too, like, is there ever a thing? I never thought that like him and Tua ever got on the same page either, because it always felt like Gesicki's best games were always with the backup QBs. Like his biggest game was with Bridgewater last year.
Right.
Obviously, he loves Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Well, partly because they don't look down the field as much, right? And sometimes you have quarterbacks. Like I played with quarterbacks who were mid-range to deep guys. I played with quarterbacks that were short to middle to long, right? So they kind of, depending on the pass rush, the running back might get a quick look. Then, you know, by the time you get to that third step or fifth step, you got to make a decision because the wide receiver outrun your ball. And then I've played with quarterbacks who kind of did a little bit of all of it. So Jeff George never checked down, right? He never checked down. That wasn't his thing. Randall Cunningham was a little in between. Brad Johnson, he used the middle of the field a lot. He threw the ball in the middle of the field a lot. And then you had Warren Moon, who did everything. Like he could make his reads and go through the progression so that anybody could get the ball. So, you know, certain quarterbacks have tendencies of what they like to do. And I promise you this. There will be 1,000 defenders in between the hashes when you play this week, because that's where he's killing everybody. The crossing routes, the deep ends, you know, all those things, the posts, all those routes. Watch how many New England Patriots are in the middle of the field.
But I do think it's one of those things that what they did show last week for sure. And yeah, I mean, obviously Tyreek had monster numbers. It was video game stuff, but it's not like he's the only guy Tua relied on. Like he hit a lot of different dudes that he was willing to go to. And they banged it up early with Mostert. Like that was kind of their bread and butter early on.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, yeah, Mostert didn't have these monster numbers because, you know, you were killing it with Tyreek, but it's not like they abandoned it early. They took a commitment to it early.
Here's what's going to happen. Bill Belichick is going to talk to that defense, and here's what he's going to say.
I'm scared.
If we protect the middle of the field, you're going to get one, because he's going to try to stuff it in the tight windows.
He's a cat burglar, dude.
Okay. I'm just telling you based on what you saw last week and how he threw the ball into those tight windows in the middle of the field. They're going to try to take that away. Now, you might get killed on the outside, but keep in mind, if you go cover 2 safety over the top, right, then you got some help there. You get your linebackers deep. So look for maybe somebody like Mostert or Smythe to have big games early. Have a big game early because they're going to get depth with their linebackers, and they're going to try to protect the middle of the field, because Tua is one of the rare quarterbacks that most of his damage is done in between the numbers. And if you watch any football, you'll know that terrifies a lot of quarterbacks going in there.
No, he eats there. He loves it.
Right. So
wanna know why?
what they're gonna do? I know. I really don't, but tell me.
He's a cat burglar.
But anyway, so when you see that, and you know Bill Belichick's going to try to take something away, you're.
You know what else takes things away?
What?
Don't why Vlad?
Ooh.
Why?
Cat burglar. No one's taking your
Minus
stuff.
one.
Take a break. Back after this.
Practice for
Welcome back. Tobin and Leroy. Hey, football season is back, and so is our Dave & Buster's gift card giveaway. We've got a chance with a $250 gift card from Dave & Buster's. Go check it out. Go watch a little college football, a little NFL. To enter, go online to WQAM's contest page and submit your entry. If you win, you can go to Dave & Buster's in Hollywood with your gift card. Spend a day watching your favorite teams, all on us, and Dave & Buster's. Eat, drink, play. Watch sports at Dave & Buster's in Hollywood. God, I hate Bill Belichick. I was listening to him during the break, Leroy. God, I hate him. Is he the only coach that does the college thing? Because, like, college coaches will do this thing on press conferences. They always start with, like, a long breakdown of the opponent, right? Like, if you go and listen to a Mario Cristobal press conference, they'll be like, you know, Texas A&M, great running backs, linemen. They got 5-star linemen. Defense, they play a 4-3, blah, blah, blah. And I don't hear any coaches do this typically in the NFL. At least I've never heard a Dolphins coach do it. Bill Belichick will literally break down the entire Dolphins. So I guess he doesn't have to answer questions. He goes on for 4 minutes just breaking down the Dolphins. And I'm like, does anybody else do this?
It depends. Sometimes they do that to keep it moving, right? He's always done that. I know a lot of coaches that do it. It's not just him, but they preview the next opponent to stop getting questions for the last game. You see what I mean? To move on. It's Wednesday. So everything about last game is over anyway. But sometimes you'll have people asking questions about last week still. So what they do is they come up, they make a statement about this week, and then it leads everybody to ask questions about this opponent.
I've never heard anybody do it for that long, though. It's like a filibuster.
But it just has to do with, you know, usually there's a lot of coaches that comment on a new game.
No. Maybe a little bit, but like he's going like, I'm telling you, he went on Leroy for I got Vic Fangio. Obviously got a lot of respect for Vic. The game last week, Seiler, sack. 3 out of 4 sacks in the game. They're good, you know, challenge, obviously. Adjusting to a new system. We got a good look at them. Explosive players. Special teams. They got a fat cat kicker. Known to miss one every now and then. Tua Tagovailoa, obviously. Never beaten them.
Vlad, here's what's funny about this. He's calling Bill Belichick a filibuster.
What?
And his coach is Mike McDaniel.
Hey. Listen, nobody.
Dude, we make fun of the old coach.
I'm not making fun of. I've never heard a pro coach do that. I don't like that. Is that a Bill Belichick thing? Like he always breaks down
a lot of coaches do it
for 3 minutes. I feel like he's just doing it to get all the questions out of there. I know you're saying Mike McDaniel.
McDaniel does that too. He does to answer all the questions with one question.
Oh man, could you imagine if Mike McDaniel made up his own monologue? Woo! That would be a doozy. One man show.
Now we doing the Tonight Show.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying they all kind of do it, and they do it to keep the questions focus on this week, right? And if they try, what do you think that the phrase, the Bill Belichick phrase on the Cincinnati?
Oh yeah, well of course, but that was after a loss.
But still.
But like he also probably started. Like he's probably started. Like, they got Joe Bouzreau, Jamar Chase. I don't know if that. I think that's probably the Carson.
That wasn't
Palmer.
at that time.
No,
Carson
that wasn't
Palmer.
at that time.
Carson Palmer.
Carson
That was
Palmer.
John Kitna. Probably more John Kitna.
It was probably terrible Bengals.
Yeah. So it's not unique to him.
I think
you know what I mean? You just doing you.
I'm just looking for slander.
Yeah.
All coaches. You know why? I'll tell you why, Vlad. I'll tell you why. Too many people hopping on the bandwagon all of a sudden, you know?
Who's bandwagon?
The Dolphins. Everybody's kissing their ass now.
I don't get it with you. You say that to people, no respect, no love for the Dolphins. Now they're showing love to the Dolphins. You're like, oh, everybody's jumping on a bandwagon.
I'm like, dude,
one, man.
When you are Pope Petty, you are fueled by hate. I don't like praise. All right. I like it. I like respect. I don't like stupid things like dum-dums who are saying like Mac Jones is better than Tua, like Chris Sims, and then Chris Sims is going to pick the Dolphins to win the division. That's fake praise. That's fake love. I'm not about fake love.
Wait. Can I just say something?
Do things be this right?
Can I?
He's not better than Tua.
First of all, here's the problem, Vlad. The people that he listens to for praise have already buried his guy. And so they can't, unlike you, who says these words, when I get you on the same stuff,
yeah,
the facts have changed. The facts can only change for you. They can't change for nobody else. Chris Sims can't come out to you and say the facts have changed. You ain't buying it.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna sit like last year. It happened with me with Trevor Lawrence, where it's like Trevor Lawrence, I apologize to him, but I'm not gonna sit here and kiss his ass all of a sudden. Like I don't feel that way. I still feel like he gets a free ride and he rides Trevor Etienne's coattails. I gotta stick in. I gotta hunker down.
You want to know why he gets a free pass?
Because of that hair.
2 words. Urban Meyer.
Oh, he sucked.
Right?
I hate Urban
When
Meyer
you go
so
through
much.
that your rookie year,
TV gig so quickly.
You when you go through that your first year, you need to damn near go see counseling. Same thing with Tua. What Flo did to that man, first of all, Tua didn't ask to be drafted by the Dolphins.
Nope.
The Dolphins drafted him. So why wouldn't you put him in the best position to succeed instead of blasting him too because you didn't want him? So, yeah, some of these guys need to go through therapy. Like Trevor Lawrence, he handled it like a champ because they hated Urban Meyer so much, he became the spokesperson for the team as a rookie.
He didn't have to handle anything. Nobody cared. They just let him skate under the radar. Tua, they were ready to write off after a week. Now all of a sudden they want to be like, oh my God. It's all right. It's fine. I'm just taking notes. That's all. That being said, Bill Belichick, he's got to be seething that Tua is undefeated against him. Seething.
Yeah.
Seething.
But I'm telling you what's going to happen. It's going to look like 9 men in the middle of the field, along with this little trick, right? Bring a guy off the corner and drop a lineman in the passing lane. So a D tackle might get a pick.
Mm-hmm.
Because Tua gonna see it and throw it, and big man catching an interception. He's gonna do a whole lot of things, and he's gonna do one thing predominantly. Because for the most part, everybody questions Tua's arm strength, right? So you know what he's gonna do? He's gonna play inside leverage on the outside guys, and outside leverage on the inside guys, and funnel everything to the middle or outside and make him have to use his arm to get to the outside guy.
I hear this arm strength too. Like everybody just can't.
I'm just telling. Listen,
I know it's not you, but I'm just
saying.
Here's the thing that annoyed me. Like yesterday, I'm watching a clip of like Colin Cowherd. He still's got to mention the arm strength, and I gotta say, kind of stupid for the guy who's got the most explosive plays in the game since 2014.
Right.
Kind of a dumb thing to keep bringing up. Because I saw old Piss Whistle McGee on Monday Night Football throw up a bunch of punts to the Jets with his arm. So, like, who gives a rat's ass? Why do we keep mentioning about Tua's arm? He's the only guy we talk about his arm, and yet he keeps having explosive plays week in and week out. Meanwhile, old Missile Dum Dum, number 17, is sitting here having to talk to himself because he thought number 3 on the Jets was his number 1 receiver. He goes, same bleep every week. I don't know. Figure it out, dude. So Tua figured it out, and he had a...
So Tobin. Here's the kicker. Here's the kicker in all of this.
And here
would be your argument for the end of times. Drew Brees didn't have a strong arm either.
Right.
But nobody... it's not how strong your arm is. Ryan Leaf and who's due from LSU? That got drafted by
Jamarcus Russell.
Jamarcus Russell.
Yeah, he had a hoos.
Had cannons.
You know what? Kyler Murray has a hoos. Guy was going to go play for the look, great. Congratulations. You have an arm. You have nowhere to throw it. You have no idea how to throw it.
Again, the thing that bothers me about all this is, right? if you that caught up in anything but the football game, then that's shame on you. When they say, "Oh, he tested off," yeah, you know what? Look like Tarzan, play like Jane, right? That's how that saying goes around the league. All these big, muscular, strong 4 or 5 guys running around like they own it and don't do nothing.
Just like, but like, can we just for the caveat Cowboys up there, take your saddles off and put your spurs away
But
because
why?
like there's
Here.
no reason because they don't have to bring up his arm strength anymore. It's not an issue. He's had Tyreek Hill now for
We
2
know.
seasons,
We
and
know.
Tyreek Hill broke the receiving record. Everybody's like, "Oh, Tyreek Hill, what's the point of having him there?" What? Those guys, they have more highlights than anybody in the league. It's the best show in the NFL, and everybody's going to keep going. Yeah, you know, Tua, we're going to pack the middle of the field because he doesn't quite have the arm. Oh, really? As Chapo says, game on the line, dude. Moving in the pocket. 45-yard dime to Tyreek to keep the game going, keep the game moving. So keep bringing up his arm, cowherd, with your fake praise, dummy.
Wait a minute.
What?
The one thing you fail to realize is, right? And this is what pisses me off about most people, and even some guys that I talk to and do shows with, right? That the facts of the game don't change. Like, you're trying to take 466 yards, which is unbelievable because a lot of people don't do that in the history of the NFL. And you're trying to make it something that it's not.
Yeah, I know.
Why do
but
you care? You know they're wrong.
It's to me, it's like the Jimmy Butler thing. It's kind of like, oh yeah, Jimmy Butler, you know, is he a superstar? Yes. How many times has he got to get to the finals? Yes, he's a superstar. Every time we're doing these caveats with these Miami guys.
But
Ridiculous, dude.
I just think you get all worked up for nothing because what they're saying is not accurate, and it shows their ignorance.
You want to know who is
I don't
accurate?
even worry about it. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever.
You want to know who is accurate?
Who?
Tua.
Yeah, we've gotten that.
Familiar with his work?
Huh?
You familiar with his work?
Very familiar.
We'll take a quick break. Stream it live on YouTube and Twitch, Miami560WQM, and on the Odyssey app. You guys can go follow us there. Get the Tobin and Leroy podcast available for you on all podcast platforms. Back with more after this.
It's time for our Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua. It's our Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Tonga Valoa. Not
Tua Tagovailoa.
A for effort. Dolphins quarterback.
Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua.
Tua.
Tua, Tua, Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Can go to hell. Tua Tagovailoa. Dolphins quarterback. Daddy loves you guys.
Our Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of food.
To the program, ladies and gentlemen. Ow. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Taking you up until 2 o'clock. Get to our headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Miami Dolphins, you'll be back on the practice field today. They are gearing up for, of course, Sunday Night Football against the New England Patriots. And you can watch that on NBC, WNBC. Hurricanes, they take on Bethune-Cookman tomorrow night.
I might go.
Really?
You know what I'm going for, though.
The band, dude.
Come on.
The band.
You ain't going for the football game.
Yeah, listen, hopefully a nice little tune-up, get them ready for that old visit to town.
There's no tune-ups.
There's not?
No.
What do you mean?
Because where this team is and where they're heading, you need to see them progress every week. You need to see them get better. A tune-up would assume that you're already there and you just trying to keep it going. But they play 2 good games. And what I heard Mario say, Cristobal, is that if you play that first half like you did against Texas A&M, against any real challenges, you will lose. So that means that I agree with that. Tune-up. They need to continue to play this type of football they've been playing the last 2 weeks. So don't go into it like, oh, no, we can just do whatever. You need to keep progressing.
One of those things, too, like they got the challenge of the short week, which I think you kind of add to it, too. So maybe
it's almost the best thing. Because now you're not, living on last week with so much season ahead of you. Mm-hmm. Nothing worse than having a big week and then, celebrating that too much. And then you end up playing sluggish and letting one slip away. So with this, you got to turn around real quick. That means that they might have not even watched game film, or they watched a little bit of game film and then started getting ready for the following week.
News on the Jets front, according to Jordan Schultz, NFL insider.
The Jets signed Tom Brady.
No, I wish. I wish that would make things juicy.
No, I don't know about that. Have you seen Brady?
He looks old. Oh, dude,
no, he looks Botox.
Botox, dude. He looks.
No, he looks Botox. Oh my.
He looks ready for. He's trying to keep up with his model, his new models.
He's on the senior circuit right now.
Real Housewives of Hollywood type of stuff. I don't know.
Jordan Schultz reports the Jets have inquired about former Chiefs quarterback and Dolphins
Chad Henne. Out of retirement.
Chad Henne.
Wait. Can I just say this?
He is currently retired.
Let me say this, Vlad. You can't pull somebody out of retirement.
No, I know that.
Most people celebrated that he retired.
When the old wants to retire, they don't want to come back. That's why they retire. I know.
He's got the championship pedigree, though. 2-time champ.
You know what I would do? This is all honesty. I'd wait 2 more weeks, and I heard this on Jet Up. I'll wait 2 more weeks and then call the Vikings about Kirk Cousins. It's a
I don't
1 year
think-
rental.
Wait a minute.
It's a 1 year rental, and you just ride it out.
But
The
here's the
thing-
question. Sorry, Toby, but here's the question. For us to wait 2 more weeks, that would also mean that we're losing. So why would we trade with another team if we're losing? It makes no sense. Like you got to ride with the kid. That's it.
I think it's tough too. Like, at what point the Vikings are really going to pack it in? I mean, that's a division that you don't really know if you can make a run in there too. They've been the kings of that division for a couple of years now.
Green Bay looks really good.
Yeah, but I think it's going to take a lot. I think that's going to take a lot more than a few games for them to pack it in. Like they'd have to get. I mean, look, if they get embarrassed tomorrow because they're on Thursday Night Football against the Eagles,
they look really bad.
Oh, they look like a mess. No doubt. They were. I mean, you lost to Baker Mayfield, dude.
Now, if they do get embarrassed again
at home,
Philadelphia. No, on the road. Because remember last year they played a Monday night at Philadelphia and they got embarrassed. So if they get embarrassed again.
Also, Philly didn't look great this last game around either. So, like, I can't imagine Philly's gonna have 2 bad weeks.
Yeah, but Philly still won.
No, I know, but I'm saying that, like, I expect Philly to play a lot better just because I think that's a really good team, and they didn't look great last week. Got out to a nice start, but them at home, that place is gonna be on fire.
So, of all, let me ask you guys this: of all take the Dolphins out of it, right? Because that was impressive. Of all the games and all the teams that you saw won in dominating fashion, what was the biggest shocker?
Honestly, I was kind of shocked with how much the 49ers throttled Pittsburgh.
That one, I would
throttled them.
And some people might want to throw Cleveland in there. Cleveland has beaten Cincinnati 5 out of 6 times. So that's a normal occurrence.
The only thing shocking.
What about Green Bay?
Seahawks over the Rams. I mean, Rams over the Seahawks.
Rams over the Seahawks
was impressive.
Right, that was a good one. But what about Green Bay?
Green Bay definitely looked respectable, but I think the Bears suck. So it's not as impressive to me as
it's not right.
Listen, I picked in our picks. I picked Pittsburgh to win. They got their asses kicked. So that was much more impressive.
And guess what? It wasn't even in doubt from the first kickoff.
No, it was
crazy right there.
It was a beat down. It was a beat down. Like
all right. So I originally I would say based on competition, I would say San Francisco.
Green Bay's still impressive though. That was impressive for sure. Like
I said
who's feeling better than Green Bay this week, right? Like they have. I mean, the only thing I guess could have made them better is they don't get the first round pick from the Jets. But if you're Team Petty, I did see the trashless one, the trash pandas out there who were like rooting for Rodgers' injury. But you see the old leave, and then you have your young quarterback. Like you're gonna be like, it's a shame.
Hey, it was the same thing with Brett Favre when Aaron Rodgers replaced him, and everybody was like, "Oh my goodness!" I say this until I see otherwise, I'm gonna make the assumption that whoever they put in that quarterback is going to be good because they've gotten it right now more than any other team.
Yep.
This is like, what this is equivalent to? When Joe Montana retired and Steve Young took over for him.
Well, all right, let's calm down.
No, but I'm going Brett Favre, then to Aaron Rodgers. Right? Now, the one thing that they have that a lot of teams don't do, they've had the luxury of sitting their quarterback for 2 or 3 years. I think Aaron Rodgers sat for 4 years?
Something like that, yeah.
Right. So is there something to be said about everybody say these young players need to play now? Do they?
Well, look, if you watch the rookies play this past week, I would say all of those guys could have used a little sitting on the cheeks because
right, but that's what I'm saying. We ruining if quarterback is the most important position on the field.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we've deemed based on what we pay him and how if you even have an ounce of talent coming out of college, you're going to get drafted high to play quarterback. Based on what we've seen, why is there such a rush to play him and ruin their career?
I don't know when that became so cachet
Right.
to do. I don't know when that became. I think it became probably like when the rookie quarterback contracts went down and you kind of just want to figure it out before you got to pay him. I don't know when it became so chic to play
It just
your
seems,
young
it
QB.
seems To me, it seems ridiculous when there's proof that if a guy sits, that he comes in and he's more ready to play.
Yeah. Well, like Bryce Young, I watch him play. Like we've gone really like people were saying about Tua, like Tua wasn't big enough to play. We're starting to like really push the limits of how small guys are. Like I think he could almost do like a cross sports, but like could use a Jovic here to just like bulk up, get a little bit like ready for the league because he just physically doesn't look ready. Maybe he'll still be awesome. I'll look like an idiot, but I'm just saying he looks tiny out there.
Let's take it one step further. What if Tua hadn't played his first year?
Yeah, it may probably
the world would think differently of Tua.
Every time these guys take their first snaps, you always and they have the struggles that they do. You're kind of playing this uphill battle of when is it going to be great?
Right.
The only guy
also you got the Mahomes, you got the Watsons that when they took their first snaps,
Mahomes sat.
All right, Watson played his first game. Burrow played in his first season, and those they got banged up, but they showed signs, which is why those teams surrounded them with weapons.
We're talking about 20. We're talking about 20 quarterbacks, and you're talking about 2.
Watson was hilarious because they came out of camp saying they say we're going to play Tom Savage, and they changed him at halftime.
Right, but you see what I'm saying, Vlad? You picked 2 out of 20. Now, with an investment that you make in a position like that, 2 out of 20 is not good.
Right, but what they're looking at as well is that before they got to pay that man that big contract where they're going to lose all those players that help surround that team, they want to.
Yeah, I don't think
you know what I would say. You know what I would say, Vlad? Draft better.
Yeah, I don't think you got to sit for like sitting 3 years seems excessive to me.
You don't have to. I'm not saying, but you need to sit.
Yeah, but I definitely think there's a benefit to even like even half the season. I think is a good thing just to kind of see how it all rolls, learn things better.
We see all these top drafted quarterbacks, and you can watch them for 15 minutes and go, they're not ready.
Yeah, none of the rookies look ready. Anthony Richardson looks like he could physically obviously hold up because he's a moose.
Right, but then he's taking the same path as Josh Allen.
Trevor Lawrence,
he's never really going to have to play quarterback because he can run.
Trevor Lawrence, I guess, told him this week. I don't know if he told us in the press conference or told this to him. They called it on mic, but Trevor Lawrence told him this week. He's like, "You got to protect yourself more. Like you're gonna burn out quick if you keep doing that."
Right.
So, because I mean,
of all the guys, I think Richardson had the best game.
No, yeah, he had his moments for sure. He had his moments. He had a bad pick at the end, but they were in position. If he didn't throw that, they were in position to win that game before he threw that pick.
Right.
But I think Trevor was just trying to because he was just bowling over dudes at certain points.
Okay. Listen,
he didn't finish the game.
He didn't.
Richardson. No, he got banged up at the goal line. He went for a run to try to score.
Moose.
And Jacksonville laid the pounding on him.
Wait, he's a moose.
That's why Lawrence said that.
He's a moose, but somebody a little bit smaller than him, but as fast as him hitting him.
Okay, you could take that. When a pack of Jaguars are coming after you, they're coming to lay the pounding on you.
I remember when Fournette did that his rookie year, where he tried to encourage somebody to go hit him. I was like, and then he was like banged up the rest of the year.
Right. Don't first of all, running backs do not talk trash. You can't talk trash. You know why? Because you get hit on every play. So why would I want to incite a riot?
We'll take a quick break. When we come back, Bill Belichick, he has spoken on the Miami Dolphins, and we'll hear what the Pats head coach has to say about this upcoming Week 2 matchup. That's next.
I'm the Osiris of this. Wu-Tang is here forever.
Welcome back, everybody. Hey, our show, Miami Media School, giving you a chance to watch our show in studio and take part in the Goosies, the shenanigans, Leroy's food takes. If you guys want to come watch the show in person, enter now at WQAM.com on the contest page. You also win a swag bag, and who knows what else. We'll have a lot of fun. Miami Media School, appreciate them partnering with us on this. And if you guys want to come on in, if you're part of the show Pony Pack, enter now, WQM.com on the contest page. And by the way, getting the skills, advantages, and insights you need to become a sports broadcaster, visit beonair.com for more information. I've been talking a lot about Dolphins Patriots this week, moving on to week 2 of the NFL season. Sunday Night Football, primetime matchup for your Miami Dolphins. As, of course, we're starting the season. A very impressive win, probably the most exciting game, back and forth, 7 lead changes last week. But obviously with Bill Belichick, that could be always a challenge, even with his bum-ass quarterback. He's a really good coach and typically tries to make things difficult with all the playmakers that you got. He tries to take away your best weapon. That being said, Tua, undefeated against him in his young career. He has never beaten Tua. And we could hear a little bit here from the Patriots QB, Leroy, as he was asked about the challenges of defending Tua, a lefty quarterback. Are there any differences in that? And here is what the Pats coach had to say.
Obviously, you faced Tua before, but what are some of the more unique challenges when it comes to defending a lefty quarterback as opposed to a right-hander?
There's a little more awareness in the pass rush. Certain plays that, would favor the quarterback's throwing hand, pocket movement plays. But he's athletic enough; he can go both ways. So it's certainly an awareness thing of knowing, what it is. But I don't think it fundamentally changes the offense too much.
Wow, deep.
I thought after the first comments that was it.
I thought that was it too. I was like, oh. I thought he was I thought he has a weird cadence. It's like, does he want to keep talking?
You know why? Because here's the deal. Bill Belichick gives you some of the greatest words in his life nonchalantly. Right? Like all of his conversations, mad, upset, excited, yelling, or whatever, comes out the same way.
Yeah.
So if you don't know him, you don't know what part of it he's being serious or what part of it he's joking. And that's the part that catches you off guard. Because, no matter what, I seen him break up a fight and get punched in the face. And he came in the meeting room and say, guys, I ain't breaking up no more fights. But if somebody gets in a fight and they get hurt, both guys are going to be suspended until both can play. That's it. That's how he delivered that news, right? He's just very, I don't know how to explain it, but if you know him, you know what parts of it, are, because here's what he's going when he go into the locker room, right? It's like, what did they say with Jaylen Brown? Make him go left. Make him go left. So he's going to have some kind of message that he's going to send to his team because he wouldn't say it there. And that's probably why he thought about answering the question, right? That, he's going to predominantly go left. Well, Bill Belichick is going to try to defend that. And Mike McDaniel is going to send him out to the right. Just little things like that.
It's an interesting thing, man. And typically, Bill Belichick also against rookie coaches usually has his way. They split last year. They won the opener. Obviously, the Patriots don't seem like they had all their ducks in a row last year. But I'm sure as competitive as he is, if there is an offensive challenge, whatever it is, he knows that the guy hasn't beaten him. I'm sure it has been driving him nuts. I don't think it's a lefty-righty thing. I think that he's probably just trying to figure out what the hell makes this guy have so much success against us.
Right.
Here is a little bit more on him. This is about the Dolphins and all the motion that they use. Here's the Pats head coach.
Given how explosive they are, how challenging is it to try to contain or keep track of how they're using motion, the different ways they motion.
Yeah, and that's what they do. Yeah, there's a lot of it. So, yeah, and we got to deal with it last year.
You want me to tell you why?
I love it.
You want me to tell you why the Dolphins motion is so unique?
Tell me.
Short motion, right? So they'll motion a guy from the inside right to the outside right.
Yeah, I know what that means. You tell people though. You let them know.
So say if you have a slot receiver and you have a guy on the line of scrimmage on the right-hand side, right? Most guys will motion across the ball, right? But he motions those guys out to the same side, which if you're chasing, you're getting ready to run across the line of scrimmage. Boom, chases inside, the outside guy runs a slant, that motion guy goes around the outside. And now you're like, he motioned on the same side.
Bill Belichick was also asked about if pressure works against the Dolphins because of all the speed that they have. This is what Belichick had to say about pressuring Tua, and if that works.
Against the Chargers, Waddle and Hill both averaged over 19 yards every time they touched the ball, and Tua had 0 sacks. Is there a correlation there in terms of pressure on Tua and allowing plays to develop? And that is one of the keys against those weapons.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you pressure, you better get there, because when those guys get the ball and there's not many people around them, you're looking at a lot of yardage. I mean, a lot of their yards are run after catch yards. I mean, it's not all like go routes and post routes. It's actually not a lot of that. It's a lot more, catch and run plays. So you start bringing a lot of people, you better get there, because there's going to be a lot of space behind you if they get the ball. And they're both very good with the ball in their hands.
Which is the same thing Tom Brady used to do.
Yeah, well,
Belichick.
Cool thing here, but also Bill, he had like 300 yards in the air this past week, so it wasn't all run after catch this past week. Missed that. You're taking pot. Here he goes. There we go with the pot shots again at Tua.
Here we go, Vlad.
Here we go. This rat bastard.
Vlad.
He is so salty that he can't figure Tua out. Oh, it's not all go routes. No, it's not all there. Okay, dude. All right, dude. Okay. Now we're getting spicy, Belichick.
You see, he didn't say nothing.
Oh, dude. You know you got to read between the lines when it comes to this savant. He's going out there, and he is taking pot. You know what, Vlad? That's a pot shot.
I'm going to give you the highest compliment. I'm going to give you the highest compliment ever. You are the MJ of finding nothing to make something out of. Like, you know how Jordan would fight? You know how Jordan would be like, oh, the guy dropped 32 on me. And the guy didn't even dropped 32 points on him. He just needed a reason. You find any little thing to motivate a team that's already motivated, a fan base that is excited. You look for the most petty thing, the pettiest thing to get you guys going. There's no need to do that.
Thank you.
None.
We'll take a break.
I give you credit. You are the MJ of this.
Take a break. Back after this.
WQAM broadcasting live from the Ed Moore
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy take you up until 2 o'clock here on the program. Leroy will be back in a hiccup doing his thing in Cleveland. He'll be back with us at the top of the hour. Meanwhile, football season is back, and so is our Dave & Buster's gift card giveaway. And we got your chance to win a $250 gift card from Dave & Buster's to watch college football, the NFL, and more. To enter, go online at WQAM on the contest page and submit your entry. If you win, you can go to Dave & Buster's in Hollywood with your gift card and spend the day watching your favorite team, all on us, and Dave & Buster's. Weird night last night. It was no football last night. It was a bit of a strange existence.
I needed that.
I'm sure you did. I'm sure.
I think we all did. I think this has been a crazy 3 or 4 days of football, and
it's been stories. It's been a whirlwind, dude. But between since Saturday, basically, it feels like it just hasn't stopped. It's just been an absolute rush. So definitely felt like I needed that to recharge a little bit. We'll try and get back to some sports tonight, catching the Marlins, which is a pretty critical game for them after losing the first 2 of this series. Right now with this race, they got out yesterday, losing to the Brewers, which is always annoying. Although Christian Yelich, I believe, has been out with a back injury. So my boy, who I've eaten crow with, who would have thought that guy was going to go on to win MVP? Although it's been a bit of an albatross since he's signed that big deal with them. Right now, the Marlins are a game and a half back. They are tied with San Francisco and a half behind Cincinnati. But the 3 spots right now are Arizona. Chicago's up 2 spots in the second spot, and then Philly is putting even more of a hold on that top wild card spot. So, yeah, the Marlins need a bit of a run again if they're going to do anything real here. And look, I know Milwaukee's really, really good. It's been a big piece of note is that they have a really, really tough schedule because they got Milwaukee, got Atlanta this weekend. Mets suck, so that'll help. But hopefully, and but it's been a challenge, and have no Sandy, Jorge Soler, he's injured. So it's it's not an easy plan. The Marlins, I realize this. They were talking about this with the number of pitchers that have been out too, and they're trying to throw some openers out there to try and patchwork their way through this. But we wrote them off dead 2 weeks ago, and they kind of made a little bit of a rally. But I do feel like they need to get at least a split in this series if they're going to seriously be in this thing, especially going to this Braves series this weekend. And that's obviously not going to be easy because the Braves have absolutely kicked the snot out of the Marlins basically every time they've met up. So going to be an important one. On the basketball front of things, wanted to play this for you guys. So yesterday, we had the first episode of the Jevon Holland show. He was at he was joining Hochman and Crowder and Solana over at Hollywood Kia. And this is going to be a feature they do every single Tuesday. And so the Snowman, he showed up, and I got to give a hat tip to my co-host on Game Day Uncensored, Alejandro Solana, because we're trying to get all the recruiting we can. We're trying to get all the vibes out there. Dame can't say anything. The league has silenced Damian Lillard. Okay, they threatened him with a fine because Joe Cronin's a big baby, and so we're just trying to do all the vibes that we can to send Damian Lillard's way before training camp gets here on October 2nd with Media Day, and then get this season started. But Jevon Holland is a guy who played in Oregon, played for the Ducks, little Portland tie there, and he has also thrown his name in the ring to try and help Damian Lillard any way he can with Miami.
Sham Sharania of The Athletic. Lillard will not report to a training camp other than the Heat if he is traded, or Portland if he's not traded. Doesn't want to get traded anywhere else. We know that. And he also said, quote, expect Miami and Portland to re-engage before the start of training camp, which, by the way, I don't know how big of a basketball fan you are, Jevon, but that's 2 weeks away, which seems crazy.
Crazy. Dolphin season just started. We're already going to be talking Heat and Panthers.
Man, hey, look, if Dame wants to come down here, you know what I'm saying? I grew up in the Bay Area. Dame's from Oakland, so Brookfield, come out and bring your talents to the 305, man. We'd love to have you. We'd love to have you.
Yes, that is correct.
Yes.
Honestly.
You hear that, Dame? You can live with Jevon, Dame. You ain't got to get a spot.
Yeah, I got an extra room for you, brother. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think Dame needs an extra room.
Hey, look, man, if you need a little place to rest his head at night, man, look, you're always good with me, brother. It's always good. Go ahead, call my people. I'll call your people. We can get in contact, man. Ain't nothing crazy about it.
There we go. I love that. Jevon Holland was.
It's the young OG trying to OG the OG.
He's trying to welcome
him. Younger than Dame, right?
He's a little younger, but you know what? I like the fact that Jevon Holland's trying to give him the welcome into the city. You got the Oregon tie there. You got the Bay Area tie there. He's like, listen, I've done the move too. I was from the Bay Area. I went to Oregon. I came down to Miami. Triangle of life, sir. So we got this going for us, Dame. I like that from Jevon Holland. So shout out to Solana, Hogman, and Crowder for getting Jevon hip to that and trying to get Damian Lillard comfortable. I think Damian Lillard will be okay. I don't think he has to stay with the snowman, but you know what? Moving's a pain in the ass, Vlad. Maybe he doesn't want to live in a hotel. Maybe he needs something a little bit more hospitable. So, he finds he goes and stays at the snowman's place for a couple of weeks while he looks for his mansion. I don't know. I don't know. That's when he can get going because I mean, look, even Messi.
This is bothering you, Tobin. This has been too long for this to happen, right? It's taking too long. 2 months.
It's weird. It's been a weird summer for me, man. It actually hasn't bothered me. I think it would have bothered me more if there hasn't been so much action. But I feel like every week there's just been I was so heavy in July, and then August was basically all just, it's not going to happen. And I'm just watching Nikola Jovic and Jaquez, and I'm obsessed with Tyler Hero's Instagram every single day and trying to I like his new thing though. His new thing is janitor hours. So he's just getting up really early. I guess that's, he's just getting up super early to work out, but he has it's his new little Instagram thing, janitor hours. Goes, who works out, and then he goes and heads off to whatever high school or UM to go shoot. And then try and follow the path of it every day. But he has been, I saw even today, he was like, Tyler Hero. People are probably wondering it's Tyler Hero. Is he going to make a stink if this extends? I don't think so. I mean, he's been hobnobbing with the Heat coaches. He's been he's been wearing his Heat gear again on. So that whole, I think he was making a stink earlier in the year. I think it got to him. I think it got in his feelings. That's probably why there was the old Twitter scrub. But I think it's gone away. I don't think that the hard feelings are there right now.
Let me ask you this. Say this trade doesn't happen.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And the Heat and all the players that were expected to be traded just ball out.
Yep.
And the Heat play well. I know you.
Yeah.
They start balling out. You're not going to want to trade it. You're not even going to want Dame anymore.
It's tough. I know. It's going to be hard. I don't know.
I know you.
I'm getting swayed by Serbia. I got swayed by Serbia and the South Sudan. Just Jovic putting up numbers against guys I've never heard of. I was getting swayed already. I'm like, I don't want to trade him. Because they were even they were talking this week. They're like, oh, Kevin Love's going to start at power forward. I'm like, is he? Because what if Jovic balls out? I feel like Kevin Love's the contingency plan. But you're gonna watch what Jovic did this past week, unless they give Kevin Love the token start. You give him 4 minutes to start the game each half. They used to just to make him feel all right, let's see if he's got his shot going tonight. Maybe a couple outlet passes. We'll see what Love's got going on because they don't like playing a lot of minutes. So it may be a case where maybe he is the quote unquote starting power forward, but will Jovic close as the power forward?
Yeah, he's the
Who knows? But you're right. Look, I can't deny my feelings. I get swayed very easily. I could watch one Jaquez preseason game and get swayed. Hell, I got swayed by him watching him in the Miami Pro League dunk on a slippery hardwood that was probably way too dangerous for Bam to be on. Just I was like, there's a lot of slipping going on here.
Speaking of Bam, this should make you happy. Rumor has it they want Bam to be on the Team USA team next year.
Yeah, I saw people saying I'm like, well, yeah, he was the starter on the Olympic gold medal team. I didn't even realize that was a thing. I found it weird that teams were like, oh yeah, people were getting crazy that he wasn't on this team. I'm like, I don't think Olympians typically go on the FIBA team. Did they have anybody who doubled up who was on the Olympic team? I don't think that they did, because the Olympic team that was in the last one was KD,
Draymond,
Dame. Dame wasn't very good in the Olympics, but that's where that's. So I don't understand why there's this whole thing that people were crazy that Jaren Jackson was playing above Bam. Bam won the gold medal, and when I saw that report, I was like, well, of course he's going to play. First of all, Spo's on the coaching staff, and second of all, he started on the gold medal team. So why wouldn't he go? And plus, Steve Kerr, he doesn't it's not like he's going to an oaf big out there anyway. I think the only thing that would probably deter, I guess the thing I heard was Joel Embiid has kind of like he can play for like 3 different teams. Well, they don't know. Like if Embiid's gonna play, that could, I guess, knock Bam to the bench.
Yeah, he can play for France. He could play for the United States now that he's a citizen.
Yeah, because he's gonna pout if he's not the starter. It's just what Joel Embiid does. So I don't know, man. But this whole Dame thing, I appreciate the efforts from Jevon Holland. I don't know what's gonna happen. I feel like because I don't have a pulse of what the Blazers are gonna do. I think that the Heat would definitely get into some action for it, but it feels very much like this dude's got head in the sand. I don't think he has the onions to pull the trigger on a trade, because I think that he knows it's already been thrown out there that the narrative that the Heat have such a bad package, even though it doesn't really seem that bad to me. And that's just saying, because I don't think there's really anything else out there. Like if you told me, oh, he could get a Karl Anthony Towns, okay, I can understand that, but I don't think that's out there. I think that's all just stuff
hard. Look, Tobin, when he says he only wants to go to one team.
Yeah, it's hard. And plus, like, you make it that clear and you owe him that much money. I don't know, man. It's a weird situation. So I think this is really now just kind of wait and see on when the Blazers decide they actually want to do their work. But it should be, we should get a decision one way or the other soon, because camp's coming up soon. So there's nothing really holding it back anymore from, oh, guys are away, guys are this. I think that the Heat right now, what I think they've done a good job of, though, I think they've harbored a lot of the good vibes to their players that have been maybe in the dark on all this stuff. Like if a Jaquez has had his name out there, Jaquez has spent time with Heat front office people. He has done a commercial with Jimmy Butler. Jovic obviously had time with Spo in Manila, and Tyler Hero has been with Heat coaching staff like, Chris Quinn. So I think like and I don't think Tyler wants to go anywhere. So it's not like I don't think that if Portland is banking on Miami's going to have a stink all over their camp, I just don't think that's going to happen. Kyle Lowry's a pro's pro. Kyle Lowry probably thought at one point last year he was going to get traded in the middle of the year. Jimmy got asked about it. Jimmy put the veto on it sounds like, but I think that, I think if he goes to, he's like, look, here's how it goes with Jimmy Butler, because Kyle Lowry and him very close. Kyle Lowry, godfather to his kid. He goes, Kyle, I love you, buddy. But it's Dame Dollar. I don't know what to tell you, man. It's Dame Dollar. He did the same thing to Gogi. He loved Gogi. Now, Gogi wasn't the godfather to his kid, but he goes, Brate. It's for Lowry, buddy. I don't know what to tell you. Now all of a sudden Lowry's here. He's definitely going to do it for Dame. No hard feelings. Jimmy's a charming guy. He doesn't have to worry about that. Him and Low Dog are going to be good. Low Dog can do a victory lap in Toronto. He gets bought out somewhere.
That's the thing. That contract looks so good in February, boy.
Yeah. Yeah. Looks good now. Because what is
February?
But even Portland, like, what do they need? Everybody's young on their team. The only guy who makes money is, I think, Simons. Everybody else is on the
Grant.
Oh, why do they pay Jeremy Grant?
Because they thought that was the move to bring Dame back.
What a terrible move. Well, you know what? That's what happens when you're not a communicator, Cronin, and you put your head in the sand like an ostrich. You would have a better pulse on this if you really thought. Jeremy Grant's a nice player. Don't get me wrong, but I think what Dame wanted was for you to get Jeremy Grant and then trade the third pick to get him somebody. Then maybe you'd be in a spot where, oh, all right, he's actually going to consider staying. He's going to not run from the grind. But when you go out there and you try and you draft his replacement, what's he supposed to do? Jeremy Grant's going to get me to stay. Are you high? When the Suns are adding Bradley Beal to Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, you think that Jeremy Grant's going to keep him happy? That's just on you, Cronin. You didn't see that one coming. But not surprising from the montages of press clippings I've seen of press conferences that I've seen from this guy. Not the brightest bulb in the light.
I love how you know what, Tobin? I love you must love being on the other side, because if you were a general manager and you had Cronin's job to do, you'd be crapping your pants too.
Nah.
You'd be holding
what? I would have had a deal done already. Would have been. I would have been locked and loaded, dude. I would have. Because here's what I would have done. I would have worked in the like a thief in the night, Vlad. I would have got out there before the trade request became public. I'd be like, Hey, Riles. Hey, it's Cronin. Look, here's what we got to do. Dame wants out, only wants to go to you guys, but you got to make this look good for me, Riles. Okay. Otherwise, I got the Celtics on the other line. I'll do it for the cheapskis. I'll do it right now, Pat. I swear to God. You give me, you get me 3 first-rounders. You give me the Serbian kid, the hippie-looking kid, and you give me that baby goat who I'm going to flip somewhere else. You got me? All right, see ya. Boom. Deal would have been done. But this guy wanted to drag his feet. He wanted to pretend like it wasn't a thing, dude.
By the way, I love how Tobin became the Portland Trailblazers general manager as a Heat fan. That was all
I got it. I got it under control if I was
I don't want you to be a Heat fan. I want you to think if you were the Blazers general manager, this is your first big move. Okay?
Yep.
You're going to trade the franchise's best player.
Yep.
And this is your first move, new general manager.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't make that trade right, if you don't make a right trade, if you don't get the proper assets back,
yep,
you could really cause your team 5-7 years, and you may never get another job as an NBA executive again.
Dude, first of all, that's why I work like a thief in the night. You got to get ahead of it. Okay. If you are already losing the public battle, you already lost because the negotiation, the leverage has been taken out of your hands. That's why he had to get ahead of it, but he didn't. He wanted to be a spoiled, petulant child. And you know what? This is what you get. Now you're going to probably get like a second rounder and like Duncan Robinson and call it a day. And you're still going to give up Damian Lillard. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see. Weeks away. Take a quick break. Get back into some Dolphins and Pats. We'll hear more from that curmudgeon, Bill Belichick. Back after this. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy. Take you guys up until 2:00 here on the program. Leroy back. What's the word in Cleveland, Leroy? What do they got going up there?
Steelers week.
Oh, they feel like they got them on the ropes, a little vulnerable.
Monday Night Football.
And they speaking to you this early?
What do you mean?
It's Wednesday. He always talks Wednesday.
Oh, I'm saying, they could have had a Monday too.
I know. Be Wednesday. No, next week is Tuesday.
It's yeah, man. It's that's a fun matchup. Always a good rivalry.
Yeah, they got a lot of guys banged up. Najee Harris, I told him pump your brakes on Najee Harris because when you getting throttled like that, you ain't really running the football. But they still got Kenny Pickett.
Baby hands. Let's get yeah.
They didn't look good at all, but
no.
I would say
it was almost like that game was over before it started. I don't,
the 49ers, the way they looked, they were probably the most impressive team in football last week.
Agreed. Other than the Dolphins.
I mean, well, yeah, but you still gave up 30, what? Was it how many? 30?
Yeah, but they took a team on that quit. They really only had to play like a half of football. So I'd just say full game wise, Dolphins more impressive.
All right. I mean, they shut. I mean, and I don't even count the Cowboys who just put it on the Giants, but it's the Giants.
Let's get into some headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
A couple things breaking during the last commercial break. First off, congratulations to Tua. Tua was named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I mean, you got to throw for 500 to get that?
I guess so. So Tua Tagovailoa gets the award after throwing for 466 last week against the Chargers, and congrats to him. That's awesome. He deserves it. Meanwhile, Shams Charania. He is coming with the news that the NBA Board of Governors has approved a new policy that a team is unable to rest two star players in the same game moving forward. A star player, according to Shams, is defined as someone
max contract.
When I saw this kicked around, I thought that's what the rule was going to be, but it's not. A star player is defined as somebody who has made an all-star or all-NBA team in the past 3 seasons.
So max guys.
Well, I mean, you could have a guy who hasn't signed a max contract. You could have some young guys, but yeah, mostly max guys. But some max guys suck.
Like young guys, like Anthony Edwards, he won't be able to sit with Karl Anthony Towns.
Pretty much. Although I don't know when's the last time Karl.
So here's the kicker. Hold on.
Jimmy
I
and
got
Dane
this,
would be
Vlad.
able to sit.
I got this, Vlad. So you're telling me that when a guy says he's hurt,
right,
that the other guy got to play?
No, you just can't rest. I mean, they can always find loopholes.
You can call it whatever you want to call it.
Well, listen.
What about when Pop said old?
They I don't know.
There's on the injury report old.
Well, I think what they're going to do is if they find shenanigans in that, they're going to fine them a lot of money. Because I think the whole point of it is like we can't have these national TV games where guys, they got no players to watch. That's the big thing, And the NBA, here's the big thing. The NBA is getting their TV deal is going to be up soon. And they want to make a whole lot of money. And they got regular season games where, yeah, if you have too many stars out and they're resting.
You know what I would have did? If I was the commissioner, I would have talked to the player rep and explained that before I just passed the rule.
Oh, I'm sure they have.
No, they probably told them what they were doing. But I would make him a part of that to say, look, here's what the deal is. We're getting ready to get another big contract. Y'all want all this money.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we can't have this. We can't have these guys sitting on these, on these primetime games.
Agreed.
But it's going to be hard to determine. So what if LeBron's hurt and AD gets a rest day?
If LeBron's hurt, LeBron's hurt. You just can't rest.
So they'll just lie.
I understand. I'm just like, now you can't do. So, for example, like here's what it would be. Let's say the Warriors play a back-to-back, right?
Right.
Okay. Steph and Clay. I don't even know if Clay's made an all-star team over the last 3 years, but let's just say theoretically he did. Let's say they have a back-to-back. They played one night. They can't all sit the next night.
Somebody got to do the back-to-back.
Someone got to do the back-to-back, or one has to rest on the front end, and then one has to rest on the back end.
Okay.
To Vlad's point, right now the only people who would qualify for this for the Heat are Jimmy and Bam.
And Bam plays all the time.
And Bam.
No, Tyler as well.
Tyler's made an all-star team,
but he didn't. Oh, okay. I would think if you won an award, maybe. Did they say anything about winning an award?
All they said was all-star, all-NBA.
All-star and all-NBA. So those are the only.
I appreciate. To your point, if they do get Dame, there can't be a Dame Jimmy day. But Jimmy's good for not rest. Jimmy's always got a thing that he's got working.
That's what I'm saying.
He's always got something.
That's what I'm saying. So they're going to find more creative ways to determine how the hell to get out of this.
Yeah. You fake a limp at the end of a game the night before on a back-to-back. Banged up.
Tweak in the fourth quarter when you're up by 20.
Yeah. Remember there were some games last year where people thought Jimmy just left. And Spo's like, no, he was hurt. So he went and got treatment. And which game was it? I was trying to remember that. It wasn't the Hawks game, but I remember thinking, I'm like, did Jimmy just leave and go back to the bench? Or just go back to the locker room? Because I had I could see the Heat's bench from my seats pretty great. I was like, did he just up and dip? Like he's just gone? What game was that?
Randy Moss, we call that.
Try to remember what game it was. The Heat had a lot of frustrating losses last year. It's in the regular season. Hard to remember which one it was, but I remember thinking, did Jimmy just leave? But no, he was actually in the locker room, like getting treatment on his leg afterwards. But let's just
stop scheduling these guys on back-to-back and then expecting them to play on the night. Like, don't schedule the Warriors to play Charlotte on a Wednesday night,
right.
And then you have them coming to Miami to play the Heat on TNT Thursday night. Like, don't have that.
That's more of a geographical thing. You see what I'm saying? When the Heat go on a West Coast trip, right? It used to be Sacramento, and then now all those teams are halfway decent. So that in itself makes it you're more inclined to play.
They are trying to curb some of this stuff, right? Like they did do they kind of do the baseball schedule last year where like they were trying to have I think the Heat have a lot of I think the Raptors, they play at home twice. That was something they picked up during the pandemic where the Bucks would be here and just play 2 games, which I think is a smart idea. It's not the sexiest thing for ticket sales because the same teams in town all week. But I think for traveling, it's definitely a lot better.
Yeah. I mean, look, I just think collectively they need to come together and have this conversation with the players and with the players' representation and say, look, man, y'all want these big contracts. We out here trying to get us more money, and y'all sitting on the bench when all these television people want to see y'all play.
Yeah.
We can't have that.
The TV is the biggest part of their revenue, and you're getting guys on their second.
You know what? You know what you just say? Okay, I'm gonna put your ass on NBA TV the second night of a back-to-back. I don't care who you play.
There probably should be some age. They should. Well, I don't think it's.
Hey, that's it. You know what? That's what they say to NFL. Okay, y'all want to play these little injury games or whatever? Thursday night, NFL TV.
Let's see. Woj says,
Mama and them can't even see the game because they ain't got cable.
Teams must refrain from any long-term shutdown or near shutdown when a star player stops participating in games or plays in a materially reduced role in circumstances that might be affecting the integrity of the game, according to ESPN. Under the new rules, this is from Woj, under the new rules, teams would be fined $100,000 for the first violation, $250,000 for a second violation, and $1 million more than previous penalties for each additional violation.
So So somebody gonna eat the $100,000.
Oh yeah,
They'll eat
easy.
the $100,000.
Yeah, Mickey will eat $100 if he has to.
Really?
Man, you
Really?
you making it sound like rich folks rich. They just be throwing their money away. There's only one owner in professional sports that got caught with a bag full of money and some pills. It wasn't considered a drug dealer.
Well, listen, he'll throw his money away, just not at good players. He'll throw his money away.
Oh yeah,
he wanted
to Vlad. I'm gonna say this to you. Let me say this to you because I got to talk to somebody else and say this. The Indianapolis Colts owner was going to spend $20 million to move Lolita to the West Coast, but won't give his running back an extra couple
His
of
star
million.
player. His franchise star player. He wouldn't give him a raise. He would not want to give him a raise, but he wants to save some mammal. Some mammal. And we all love mammals. But come on, $20 million to move a mammal? Come on, man. What are we doing here? What kind of perks were you taking? Those must have been 60s.
We'll take a quick break, get back into some Dolphins and Fins. Bill Belichick on his head coaching matchup coming up here against Mike McDaniel. We'll get into that. Back with more after this.
Florida Lexus dealers 15 minutes of game day uncensored.
Let's go! Sponsored by South Florida Lexus dealers. Experience amazing.
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 15 minutes of game day uncensored here for you. By the way, coming at you, myself, Omar Kelly, Alejandro Solano, this Sunday, 4 o'clock. We will get you ready for the week 2 matchup, prime time against the New England Patriots. Oh, hello, Jennifer.
Hello, Jennifer. She's mad at me.
Oh, dude, she was
I'm not
lashing out.
mad at you.
You were lashing out. So, Vlad, here's what happened. So last night, I was going to watch my normal shows, but the VMAs were on every station that is owned by that company. So Pop, it was on like 5 stations.
It was a Paramount takeover.
Yeah. So I'm watching and they say, oh, now coming to the stage, the person that we Shakira. Right?
That we Shakira?
And so she went for 10 minutes, went through all of her hits, both in Spanish and whatever.
Yep.
And I was like, good Lord.
Goodness.
You were mesmerized.
And I was like,
hey, Leroy.
So I just texted. I'm like, I say, JFig, I don't know what you're talking about. Good
Look,
Lord.
I have never said anything about her career, okay?
And so
I just said that she's a mush.
What you mean? I say, go, Jimmy, go, Jimmy, go.
Jimmy,
I ain't mad.
Jimmy's out here and he's liking Instagram pictures. And look, they're an adorable couple if they are a couple, but I mean, like, you know, I don't think Shakira cost us the NBA championship. I think Jokic did that.
But yeah,
bro. I don't know if there's enough coffee. I don't know if there's enough coffee to get me, you know, ready for a game if I'm with Shakira, bro.
Vlad, I'm gonna just tell you, she did all of her moves, and then they did the group hip thing with a whole bunch of girls in the same. I was like, good.
Oh, they were in sync. They were in sync.
Yeah,
it was all a rhythm.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was all a lot of lay.
And then they had Nicki Minaj got a new album coming out.
Yes.
Friday. So she came out and did something.
With
By the
Meg?
way, she is she did one song from her new album and another song, but she sang the whole song.
Oh yeah?
No rap. Yeah. So I was like, okay.
Paseo says, mush don't lie.
Hey.
So what you
I'm
saying,
telling
Leroy? There was a lot of cakes being shown at the
Look,
VMAs.
dude, we all saw that. I haven't seen this performance, but we all saw the halftime performance at the Super Bowl. I'm sure it was excellent.
No. That was
The Super Bowl performance was
you know what that
incredible,
was?
okay?
You know what that was?
Mm.
That was the bread they give you when you sit at the table.
That was a dinner roll?
Wow.
This right here.
That was an appetizer or full course meal?
Look, they had the drums go beep, beep, beep. I was like, I was in the jacuzzi too.
But you know what I noticed?
Too hot.
You know
I
what
had to
I
get
noticed?
out of the jacuzzi.
The old
water.
gets simulated by TV very
They
quickly.
do. They do.
Hey,
Jeez, Leroy.
Hey. I'm just saying.
Control
I don't know
yourself.
what the hell you talk about. Like-
She look, Jimmy Butler. If Jimmy Butler is with Shakira, he should be with Shakira. He's a superstar. They make a great couple. And I think they'll be fine, JFig. I don't think that Shakira. Let's just say they came out as a power couple. Are you
Look,
saying the
I
season
will
is doomed?
No, I will see how the season goes.
Is
and
she
I'll
about
give you my
50?
Opinion. She's almost 50.
Don't age Shakira.
She's
like that.
46. I think she's 46.
46.
All right, so it's like a D Wade Gabrielle Union thing.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
No, it's
Gabrielle
not.
is way older than D
She
Wade,
is
bro.
way old.
Yeah,
How old is
Gabrielle Union's like 10
Gabby's
years
like
older than D
almost
Wade.
50, bro.
10 years? Yeah, but 10 years is not.
I think that's
10
what
years
Jimmy
is what?
whatever.
That's like
what's Jimmy?
13.
Well, listen, that's
3
his
years.
mentor. He's always trying to top his mentor. She's
no
40.
words for you.
She's 46. Jimmy Butler is going to be 34 this year.
That's 12.
This year. That's not that bad. That's not that bad.
Did you
If
see the new couple that might be a thing?
Who? What?
I did. Apparently,
Travis Kelce?
yeah. Apparently, Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are hanging out. Yep.
What?
Wait a minute. That's not
Mhm.
Travis's flavor usually.
I know, but it's Tay-Tay, you know?
Well, this all started when he went to her concert and tried giving her a bracelet with his phone number on it and was not allowed, he wasn't able to give it to her. And then he went on his podcast, he went everywhere and was saying, wow, I'm kind of butthurt about this. And then now there's rumors that they are seeing each other.
The only thing I would say with Travis Kelce that he's got to be careful with, this is the only thing he's got to be careful with. You don't get in the game with Taylor Swift unless you're prepared to go all the way, because
once you get off,
she will get you on a love song. And she will, and she cut.
Stop saying that about her. Everyone gets on a love song. He is not the only one.
You never heard from Jake Gyllenhaal again.
Look,
you
then
never
guess
heard
what?
from John Mayer again.
He's done plenty of things, okay?
I'm not saying
John
he
Mayer
hasn't.
had his own issues.
But let me tell you something. When you cross Taylor Swift, you're done.
That's true. So
you're
just
done.
No, Tobin. This is why if I was in a relationship with Taylor Swift, and there will be a prenup. You know what that prenup is?
No songs
about me.
In case we do break up, and
Here's
you write a song, and I hear references of our relationship, I want publishing and I want money off that song.
Here's the thing, though, Vlad. It's kind of like the NBA injury rule. I feel like you could skate around that a lot.
No, because you will drop things. You will say things that
she never
nobody else
discloses
knows
what the
except
song
for
is
us
about.
two.
Okay.
How is he going to know? Is he going to say, Mahomes could have made any tight end this good?
It's got to be blatant disregard for the prenup.
Oh, easy.
Not even the best Kelce in the league.
Yeah,
His brother's way better.
He's also an
You
Eagles
know
fan,
what? Here's the
so-
problem.
Things like that.
You might not even have to get to Taylor Swift because JFig is ready to split some wigs just from somebody suggesting anything negative about Taylor Swift.
Period.
As long as Kelce doesn't hold the
Also,
bird.
-1 to Schmeathan. I
Why?
am not 38 years old, okay? You need to chill.
Wow.
I'm telling you, Schmeathan, she's on it. Don't bring up Shakira. She'll
Or
get
my
you.
age.
All right, let's get to this. Speaking of a guy who the older curmudgeons, and Bill Belichick, he's old.
He's
And
really old.
you know, he's a great coach.
He was the youngest coach in the NFL when he coached me.
Really?
And that was 30 years ago.
He had some great hair in Cleveland.
yeah.
He had some great hair.
Yeah.
Now the new cool coach is Mick coaching, and this was what Bill Belichick.
How much time we got before break?
No, this isn't McDaniel talking about Belichick. This is Belichick talking about McDaniel.
Okay. All right.
Here's Bill Belichick.
You ever see that with new play callers? Obviously, Mike McDaniel going to second here.
They had a lot of production last year too. He scored over 30 points in 8 games. So
You've got to know Mike McDaniel at all?
yeah, no, I never coached with him.
That has to be the worst job.
Can I just say this? This is the direct opposite of Mike McDaniel.
It's like it's
right.
Also, I was not able to hear a word.
No, he goes. They're really good.
He's so I mean, it's so tense in there. You're just like, is it okay to ask the question now? Like, 3, 2. Have you ever met him? Never met him. Never met him.
So the New York Post reported that Belichick and his longtime girlfriend broke up.
Oh.
How do you think Belichick broke up with his girlfriend?
No, here it is. Look. I've been looking at the numbers. My happiness to life expectancy ratio hasn't been good for some time. I think it would be best if we just go our separate ways.
I think what's going to happen is it's going to be Belichick, Kraft, and Tom Brady all single now together. I think they're just they're going to all.
Oh my God!
They're all going to get the reach around.
They're all going to go. They're all going to find a new squeeze.
It's a Tom. I know a place.
Bill, I got a great place. I got a great place in Jupiter.
You know, Belichick would be the one guy that always ruins the fun. Like Brady and Kraft want to go.
Actually, I went golfing. We used to golf in the off season. So one time it was me, Bill, and my running backs coach, Steve Crosby, and we're golfing. And I say, Bill, what did you get? 5. Steve, what did you get? He said, oh, I got 5. And I say, I made 4. And Bill walk over to me and say, he really has difficulty counting those strokes, doesn't he? Like, that's just the way, like, he's just, but the thing is that if you know him, it's all just an act, right?
Bill Belichick's going to be just go in front and be like, I'm on to Selma Hayek. Dude, South says, do you think Dave South says, you think Belichick has a silk hoodie for the bedroom?
No. I just think, you know what? You know what he would picture me as? I think Mike McDaniel would try to sleep in his headphones and call plays in, right? Hey, honey, look, hit the button. Hey, honey, can you bring me up some juice? Okay. But I picture Bill like just going into bed and say, I think I'm gonna go commando tonight.
Wow.
I'm just telling you. Like and this is the honest truth. I don't know that guy.
You don't know the public guy?
I don't know that guy.
The guy who's just like,
right. But I will say this. At times he's awkward, right? But it's not because he don't know what to say. It's he doesn't know how to give facts democratically or in a nice way.
No, he was just like,
right?
Bill, what do you think about a second-year play call? He goes, I mean, they were good last year too.
And the dude is so smart. Like, I'm telling you, he is the only coach that I've ever had that he could go to every player on your team and tell you something about the guy you're going to face. Every player. Every player. He's also the first guy to always want a left-footed kicker.
Really?
Left-footed punter. He usually always has a left-footed punter.
We'll take a quick break. Time to get to our favorite Wednesday game. Rats off a ship. That's next.
Rats off a ship.
It is time, ladies and gentlemen, for our favorite Wednesday game. Rats off a ship.
Rats off a ship.
Go around the room, get some topics from JFig to figure out where our rats lie with things, which is always exciting. JFig always gives us great topics, so we will get those for her in a second. But first, let me tell you about this, all right? You guys want to take part in the shenanigans, the goosies, the show poniness. Thanks to our friends over at Miami Media School, we're giving you the chance to do that. All you got to do is go to WQAM's contest page and enter for your chance to see the show live and in person. You also win a WQAM swag bag. So thanks to our friends over at Miami Media School, which will help you gain the skills, advantage, and insights you need to become a sports broadcaster. Visit beonair.com for more information. If you need me to talk to the kids, you need a savant, a broadcasting savant to teach these kids. I can do it. I can give advice. You just let me know, Leroy.
On how to be boots on the gram?
Boots on the gram. I could teach them, what to look for on Twitter.
Don't forget to teach them flip-flopping. Don't forget to
I don't think I teach
that.
I don't think I teach that stuff. But look, to each his own. JFig, do you have today's topic?
You just threw out something that had nothing to do with nothing. Teach his own.
Show Pony 101, intro to flip-floppery, according to some Twitchers.
Yeah. Facts have changed seminar.
Oh, the
Hard
facts.
The flip-flopping is going to be unbelievable.
How to get out of some situations.
I could teach these kids.
Around.
I could give a seminar on all of it. Trust me.
Something or nothing.
Today, class, we're going to learn could be something, could be nothing.
All right, kids. Today we're going to learn how to trade an athlete and then deal with them for the entire season with never having to bring it up.
You know what? Mark that as confirmation.
And kids, also, when your boots to the ground, make sure you're leering behind certain subjects, like McCoaching. If you see McCoaching, make sure you're behind him, like at least 100 feet, but leering at him. You want him to feel the vibe.
That was kind of creepy.
To feel experience.
Well, one would call it creepy. I was just observant. That's what I would say.
Really? You look, dude. You look like you want to rip his heart out.
How to get out of being banned in an arena.
It's all happening for us.
How to grow a mustache.
Yep. What do you got for us today, JFig?
All right, number 1, Tyreek Hill getting 2 more touchdowns this week.
Wow, 2 more touchdowns this week against the Patriots. I'm not rats off a ship. Look, I don't doubt Tyreek Hill anymore. I mean, the guy basically says he started the year. He said, I'm gonna go for 2,000, and he starts off with 215. So how can I doubt him anymore? It would be irresponsible for me to be rats off a ship on this.
I think as much as they try to take him out of the game, Mike McDaniels is good at getting him open. And you can have guys in the right position, but there ain't no substitute for speed. And you don't know what speed you're dealing with until you actually deal with it. So I'm not rats off a ship. I can't, listen, this is basically what you're deciding. You're trying to determine, one, if it's feasible, or 2, if the other team can stop him. And both, I can't say that anybody can stop Tyreek Hill. That's why he's amongst the elite.
JFig?
I'm not rats off a ship, guys.
He's the cheetah. Although, did you see this last week? He said, I might be a lion. He said he might be a lion.
Run as fast.
I know, but he says he's just like I'm the best. He's like I might be a lion.
Nobody is ever scared that a lion going to chase him down. The jackal's not scared of the lion. He's scared of the cheetah.
I'm pretty sure gazelles are pretty scared of lions, dude.
Yeah, but they can run away.
Not all the time.
No, not if
you ever watch Planet Earth?
Yeah, the lions do this.
Sneak attack.
In the weeds.
A lion is like Alec Ingold. What about you, Vlad? 2 more TDs for Tyreek Hill this week?
I'm rats off his ship, and I'm gonna tell you why. I got Jalen Waddle on my fantasy team, so I need Jalen Waddle.
Hey, in fairness to Vlad, I'm gonna give him a pass because that's a legit.
It's a good reason.
That's a good reason.
And he did say he just wanted him to go somewhere else.
What's number 2, JFig?
Matthew Stafford taking part in Quarterback Season 2 on Netflix.
Will he still be around?
You
wait.
What team?
Question. I saw this on Jet Up this morning.
What's up?
Who is the oldest quarterback in the NFL
Matthew
now that
Stafford.
Aaron Rodgers is gone?
It's Matthew Stafford.
Is it Matthew
but
Stafford?
Guess who's
Stafford
second?
and Cousins, right?
I don't know who's second. The second.
Kirk Cousins is third.
Wow, he's third already. It's already at that point.
You said starting or
Is second Derek Carr?
No,
Russell-
Tannehill.
Tannehill.
Gotta be Tannehill.
Wow.
Tannehill. I actually I picked when they asked the question. I said, "Oh, it's got to be Ryan Tannehill," but it's by like 40 days, so they're all the same age.
I gotta tell you, I have no interest in Matthew Stafford. I'm rats off a ship. I don't really care. Yeah.
So basically, you only have interest in your guys.
No, I just don't. I'm not that interested in Matthew Stafford. There are other guys I would be interested in.
But you know, that's because you don't really know Matthew Stafford. When have you ever seen Matthew Stafford? Maybe you.
I don't want to know Matthew Stafford.
Maybe you should get the same feeling you did after this season
with Kirk Cousins.
Right.
Maybe I can't rule it out. But off the bat, I'm a little I'm Matthew Stafford. So rats off the ship.
I'm not rats off a ship. I don't watch the show, but I would imagine that it's good finding out about guys. You didn't know about Kirk Cousins. Now you're like, wow, didn't know. So maybe there's a lot of guys like that.
What about you, JFig? Matthew Stafford?
I have yet to watch it, but I'm not rats off a ship.
All right. What about you, Vlad? You interested in Matthew Stafford?
Man, I'm rats off his ship, man. This ain't about Matthew Stafford. This is about his wife.
Why? He might be your quarterback next year.
Well, then when it's a 2024 version of quarterbacks, then I'll consider it.
I think his wife actually. I think she broke the story that they're in it. So, I mean, everybody was saying no to Peyton Manning. Someone's got to say yes.
Now, this is about his wife. This is all about the Staffords in Los Angeles' second career.
I do wish Tua would do it. I know he's not going to do it this year. He said he wouldn't, but I wish he would. I would love to see. I would love to get a look.
But you see that, right?
You're not a big fan of the distraction, are you?
I don't care about distractions. It's not a thing.
But
are you blaming Hard Knocks for the Jets' woes?
No, but I'm saying this. You remember, you don't care about that. But remember when the Giants had a playoff game and they all came to Miami, and everybody flipped out.
Yeah, but they took a Jodeci picture. Like there was no reason to be taking an R&B.
Yeah, they were. You gotta. Yeah, you gotta take a little. You gotta go a little more nonchalant than they did.
No, but I'm just saying, like, no, you could put whatever twist you want. Everybody was mad because they lost and they went on vacation. But you wouldn't have that problem with Tua.
Nah, that's my guy.
All right,
that's number 3, JFig.
Josh Allen.
Rats off a ship. You see how many times that guy turns the football over? And I'll tell you the thing that actually has me the most rats off a ship off Josh Allen was how distressed he sounded after the game. Like he sounds like a broken man.
Well, he made the same turnovers last season in the same stadium.
He is.
Zach Wilson actually owns Josh Allen, if you think about it.
It's a straight, but no, I'm rats off a ship off Josh Allen. You know, we all thought it was weird how he was like, oh, you know, I'm gonna play different. But even like the different, but now he's like, he seems like so unsure of himself. I can't. My rats see the ship sinking, and I'm out. We're getting our life preservers.
I have been out. I told you as soon as I heard those comments, I was out. Like, you get to a certain point in your career, you just got to be the best version of that player. Now, what he was saying was, I'm tired of getting hit. Stop running over folks. And then you did it again. That's your problem. Your problem is not how you play. The problem is how you not protecting yourself.
The unnecessary jumping into somebody was like, I'm like, what is he doing?
Right. and now he can't throw. So he better put a mouthpiece in the chin strap because it look like he's just gonna be a wildcat.
What about you, JFig? Josh Allen?
My rats are swimming.
Yeah. Same. What about you, Vlad?
I'm rats off a ship on the whole Buffalo Bills experience, man. Like, yeah.
Hey, they do it. Look, it's like every Locust season, they come through and they look like they're gonna compete for a championship, and then they got to do it all over again because they paid the wrong guy.
What is the last one, JFig? What do we got?
The Knicks getting Giannis, Embiid, or Spida next year. Ben Simmons guaranteed it.
Bill Simmons guaranteed?
Yeah, Bill Simmons said that on his Later Ringer podcast. He said that he feels the Knicks will either get one of these players, Spider or Embiid. I think Spider is probably.
I could see Spida. I don't think Spida's staying in Cleveland his whole career. I think if Giannis goes anywhere, he's going to be like the next Lakers guy that go. That's like once LeBron retires, Giannis on the Lakers. Like that seems like probably where he's going to end up. Yeah. If I had to pick one, do you see where Giannis lives in Greece? Have you ever seen like where Giannis lives? It's like beautiful. It's beautiful. He's not living in Milwaukee the rest of his career. Sorry, no shot.
But here's the other thing, is that I could have released that, right? Just the way the NBA has been going for the last few years. Of course, one of the three are going to be gone.
Well,
he picked three superstars who were up the same year and said one of them aren't going to be playing for that same team. Oh, great. I could do that.
Yeah, but none of
them.
Said
the team he's going to. That's what they said. He said
New York. They always say everybody's going to New York.
They always say they're going to New York. They
always say they're going to New York. LeBron was supposed to go to New York.
It was
the only person y'all got was
Don't remind me. Stoudemire. Don't worry. No, we got Amari Stoudemire.
Honestly, but you know what, Vlad? The guy that you got, like Jalen Brunson's really good. And like
Jalen Brunson. Wait, by the way, you got Jalen Brunson for cheap, and everybody thought he was overpaid.
Well, yeah, that's Mark Cuban's fault.
He is a bum. I agree. What about you, Leroy?
I'm not rats off a ship, but I'm rats off the ship on the guy who said it, because anybody could have said that.
Yeah.
That ain't,
if you told me Bill Simmons, I've been rats off a ship.
Right, but anybody could have made those comments. Of the three players, one is going to go to the Knicks. We talk every time a guy is free, the Knicks are mentioned. So he ain't doing no groundbreaking, giving us no groundbreaking information.
And so is Miami. Like you don't think Embiid in Miami has
everybody's not. Everybody don't talk. Here, I'm gonna tell you what though. When they say a guy's coming here, he end up here.
I don't think Embiid's going.
Say that
anywhere.
about the Knicks.
Dame?
I think Embiid likes being caught.
Dame going to New York?
No, I'm just saying Dame. I've heard
Dame will be here. Give it a couple of weeks.
I don't think Embiid's going anywhere. I think he likes being coddled by the Philly organization.
Really?
It's never his fault. Big baby.
He is. I will say this though. He is one of the few superstars that never gets the blame.
Never. By the way, did you guys see the Serbian national team celebrating? They were they don't like to wear shirts in Serbia, but Joker
They probably should.
I don't know. Joker actually looks pretty good, but he was there partying with Jovic in Serbia.
Really?
Yeah, they all got celebrated for the silver medal.
Was the chair there?
I did not see the chair.
You didn't see the chair?
No.
Okay. Because Jokic parties, the chair has to be there.
Usually, yeah. JFig, what about your rats?
They are on board. They're there.
All right.
Sorry,
All right.
not rats off ship. There you go.
What about you, Vlad?
I mean, clearly, I'm not going to be rats off the ship. Of course, I wasn't one of them.
Wait. You know how to
he's tired of
you
feeling
know how
pain.
to say you had me at hello? You had Vlad at Knicks. When you said Knicks, he was like,
it's nice of JFig.
Well, you know what would happen, right? You know what's going to happen, right? With my, my life, it's been heartache and pain. We get the guy, and then boom, 4 plays, he's done.
Giannis is back. Giannis's back doesn't work anymore.
So now you think it's like that with everybody? Hey, by the way, I thought Knicks were Giants fans.
Yeah, I like pain.
We'll take a quick break. Back with more after this.
WQAM broadcasting live
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Take you guys up until 2 o'clock, final hour of the show. You missed any of it, you guys can get the Tobin and Leroy podcast available for you on the Odyssey app. You guys can listen to us on demand there. Use the rewind feature. Check us out at your leisure. I was using it today to listen to WEEI, those idiots up there. Respectfully, idiots. I love to hear what they got to say about this matchup. We'll see. Let's get some headlines.
WEI.
What's that?
WEI.
Yeah. Get to some headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
A couple injury updates from around the league. If you guys have these people in fantasy, Austin Eckler likely not going to practice today, according to Ian Rapoport. He is dealing with an ankle injury from this last week's game. So if you have Austin Eckler, be on notice, dude, for this week because it ain't looking fantastic. Meanwhile, Travis Kelce, how did this update go? Had this here. It looks like Travis Kelce, who, of course, was out last week. Travis Kelce will practice today, according to Cam Wolf, in limited capacity, according to Andy Reid. He's made progress, and Chris Jones is also expected to practice. Big-time matchup against the Jaguars this weekend, Leroy.
Hey.
Little rematch.
Yeah.
Is he making swift progress?
Give yourself a point.
Good job, Javier. Good job.
Yeah, that's a big time matchup. It'll be interesting to see how they come out. I mean, sure, like, look, they have to be kicking themselves the way that game went down last week. They've got a long week because they of course opened the season on a Thursday night, but it's still the Chiefs, dude. I'm not going to sit here and say they got
all
a ton
the teams of all the teams that lost in week one.
Mm-hmm.
You are the least worried about Kansas City.
Yeah.
Even though I will say this. The Travis Kelce thing is important to that team.
For sure.
And the level in which they say bone bruise, dude, that's not like you know in basketball when they say bone bruise, that could be a week or 3 months.
Yep.
So I don't know if it is what they say it is. To just be out for a week ain't a big deal.
What about how bad do you think the Bills need it? Because they're 0-1. They're hosting the Raiders. Bills are 9.5 point favorites against the Raiders.
I'll take the Raiders.
Wait, plus the 9 or just to outright win?
9.
Yeah, plus the 9. I mean, they won a tickle fight last week with the Broncos.
Oh my goodness! Somebody, I was listening to the radio, and the BetQL, and they go, from now until the end of time, I will bet Denver unders. They can only score 16 points.
Oh, it's rough. I mean, and you're talking about Sean Payton, who's like supposed to be an offensive mastermind, but he's got Mr. Unlimited.
Dude, you're trying to make a meatball out of poop. Stop it.
Well,
I've never heard that.
I'm just saying. Like, yeah, he can score 30. He can score 30 a game with Drew Brees. Stop it. I don't know why people think somebody else is going to come back without the weapons that he had and just make your team do that. Get the hell out of here with that.
Bengals are favored against the Ravens this week. 3.5. I don't know, man.
If there's any team in that division that would worry me, it's not the Bengals. It's Baltimore. Because people don't realize they were atop the division or near the top before Lamar Jackson got hurt.
Yeah.
So to sit here and think, I think the Bengals start 0-2.
Probably like the first bit of pressure Joe Burrow has felt because you had such a
really.
Yeah, because you signed that monster deal.
They started off slow last year, dude.
Doesn't matter.
They started off 1-2.
But Leroy, the money always changes the way people feel.
What do you mean?
The money always changes how people feel about you. When you
Really?
make it, oh yeah, for sure. For sure. If he goes out there, you're the highest paid quarterback in the league, and you lay 2 ducks in a row, woof.
Against
But-
2 good football teams.
It was good 2 football teams, but like, you're Joe Burrow.
I don't get that. I'm trying to figure out who the hell you speak for.
Who do I speak for?
Because when you play 2 good teams, if you start off 0-2, huh?
I am the Lorax, and I speak for the trees. My kids made me watch that the other day.
Lorax?
-1.
Yeah.
Yes. But no, I don't. There ain't nobody in Cincinnati going to say nothing negative about Joe Burrow.
Wow, how about this? 49ers this week.
Wait. Tell me who they play.
Going to LA to take on the Rams. 8-point road favorites.
Yeah, it's a home game.
I get it, but still.
No, I mean, even though they're playing in Los Angeles,
so
the
you're
home-
not even the slightest impressed with what the Rams did last week?
They have 21 rookies. 21 rookies on that team.
But you're not even impressed by what they did, or it's just exposing Seattle.
No, I'm impressed. You should be impressed. Everybody, let me tell you this, guys. If there's one week you can go out and try to win, it's week 1. You win week 1. That's why I was at the Rams. They could lose every game now. They won a game. The Cardinals were trying to win that game against the Commanders because they can go and tell their fan base, we won a game. Rams did what they needed to do. Now, try to go get Caleb Williams now. Lose the rest of the games.
Everybody can't try to get Caleb. You trying to get the Jets to do that.
If things, it's like 5 weeks, take a turn for the worse as can't get any worse now.
You know what would suck?
What is his slogan?
It would suck. It would suck if Zach Wilson goes in there. They say, "You're our guy. We believe in you," and then they go like 3-14, and they go, "Thanks, Zach. Your services are no longer needed."
I'm pretty sure Zach Wilson knows he's on last legs there anyway. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he knows it. Like, and a number 2 pick makes pretty good money, so he's good for him. See ya. I think he knows. He's about to go. Go buy a. Maybe he'll go be a booster in Boca and go hang out a Blue Martini. That's his style.
Come on, man.
Like Lane Kiffin.
Come on, man. It's the way he likes older chicks.
He does. It is. I'm not, but I'm just letting him know this is the place to come if he wants to. If he wants a place that's going to make him comfortable. Boca, that's the place for him. That's where he needs to be. But yeah, man, I don't know. That seems too much. I mean, I know they smacked around the Steelers last week, but this is a Rams team. McVay's a good coach. I'm just perusing. I'm perusing picks. I'm trying to put some feelers out, see what we got. I got some catching up to do on Leroy. I'm 2 wins behind you.
Yeah, well, that's because you're always going to be 2 games behind me.
Dude, that's not fit. That's not true. I'm not always.
You're like a buddy of mine who plays in a lot of golf tournaments. He comes back and he goes, we go, what happened? Missed the cut by 1 shot. That's what you are. No, you will always be behind me.
I'm going to have a big rally this week. Trust me. I'm going to have a big rally this week.
You have never beaten me in picking football games.
You are going to not know it.
You know why? You want to know the difference between you and me is?
What?
I can look at the facts and you go with your gut, how you feel, who you like, who you don't like. You can't pick games like that.
You got lucky. It's a week 1 with no information. Week 1 with no information.
I
had a couple of bad breaks go my way.
The information I had seemed to be pretty good. No, your bad break was Aaron Rodgers going out of the game after 4 plays and you still won because you picked the Jets.
Listen, I believed in their special teams.
I'm proud of you, Tobin.
It was more of a bet against Josh Allen, though.
Yep.
Hey, listen, I
on
don't
the goosey meter. That's your pick.
I'm telling you right now, dude. I'm gonna have a big rally this week. I'm gonna be up in the standings. I feel a sweep coming.
What size do you wear?
13.
No. What size bra?
Bra.
No, I'm just saying. That's the thing. No, you know the Kyler Murray?
Yeah.
Vlad?
Hell no. Not that one.
Yeah.
That little halter top he was wearing.
Yes.
That's the
yes.
best.
It's a crop. It's a crop.
I'm telling you right now, dude. I'm having a big rally this week. You're not gonna know what hit you. You're gonna be looking by next Monday, and you're gonna be like, Tobes.
Hey, you're gonna have to go on one of them diets like the fighters go on.
I'm
where
telling
they just
you.
get the
Oh, you
sweat
have
box
to
for 2
the
days.
sauna real quickly.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, dude.
You
I
don't
got
want-
this one. I got this one. It's.
Okay.
I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried
I'll
about
even
it.
let you. You went first last time too.
Yeah, but
So how do we decide who goes first?
Whatever you want. I mean, my first pick last week was the Dolphins, so you know where I was gonna go.
Yeah, I knew that, but that's my point. There was other games that were more decisive than the Dolphins that you could have picked, and then went with your Dolphins. I was never gonna pick the Dolphins.
The Dolphins were dogs.
But I'm just saying that's my point. That you go with your feel good, you go with your teams, and you don't go with looking at the games and figure out.
I never would have thought the Steelers were gonna get smacked like that. I never would have
Here,
thought that.
think about this. Think about this. Week 1, Vlad. I took all favorites.
And you probably lost.
No, I was 4-1.
Well, you took the good favorites then, because not
Right, you get to pick. We did a draft. You get to pick what games you want, so I could peruse through all the games.
Right. So you
I
took
never
the
thought-
4 out of the 5. That was good.
I mixed it up. I took 3 dogs and I took 2 favorites, and both my dogs
And your
won.
dogs play like dogs.
No, my dogs won.
Dude, no,
the favorites cost me.
The cover in the point spread, a lot of dogs covered. Leroy.
Was the Steelers favorites over?
No,
they were dogs.
They were dogs.
Niners were favored by like 2.5 or something like that.
Don't worry, I got the strategy that's gonna work this week. Don't you worry, dude.
Dude, you haven't had the strategy at work for 8 years.
It's gonna happen. This is it.
Vlad,
I got the
we
formula.
should do a montage of all the stupid stuff you've had to do because you ran your mouth.
Take a break. Back after this.
That's 6 years.
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560. Take you up until 2 here on the show. Dolphins getting ready for the Patriots. Leroy, you want some good omen for the Dolphins?
I like good omens.
You familiar with Paul Pierce?
Oh, what did he say?
This was on Showtime Basketball the other day. He was doing his show with Kevin Garnett, and they had some thoughts. They had some thoughts on the upcoming NFL season. And here is the man who, ironically, is nicknamed The Truth.
The AFC East?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's toughest division.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Bills, Jets, Pats, Miami.
Yep.
All of them can make the playoffs.
All of them. Well,
Miami not making no playoffs.
Miami gonna make it probably before the Pats, bro.
Nah.
Miami better than the Pats this year, bro.
they're definitely better than the Pats this year, but
Let's bet that. Let's bet that.
What is that?
I got
Match
Pats.
throws.
All right, bet that.
Sure.
I got Pats this year.
I
Bill
want the-
Belichick's still over there. You must have forgot. Bill Belichick's still over there. You must have forgot.
I got you. Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
They just got a Zeke.
What
They
did he
got
just
Zeke.
say?
There you go. Paul Pierce, yet again, cannot help himself when it comes.
Can I just say this? And he's a buffoon, right? And stick to your sport, because if you can't comment on your sport and do a good job at that, don't venture off into other sports, right? But wait, whoa. Let me make my point.
All right.
Do you not do the same thing with other teams?
What?
That you just don't
Talking
like?
about me?
That you just don't like?
Why wouldn't he like the Dolphins?
Again, it's Miami.
So it's just an anti-Miami thing?
That's what you do all the time.
Why would a guy who played for the
Oh
Celtics
my
care about the
goodness.
Dolphins?
What are you doing?
What?
Dude, that's why your game picking is so bad.
Let me get
Because
this
you
straight.
go with feelings. I don't
Oh,
like
my
this guy.
What
You
does that
do
have to
all
do with
that.
anything? You really.
No, you do the same thing that Paul Pierce is doing right now.
Dude,
he
tell
doesn't
me-
like Miami, so that's what he's doing.
Dude, tell me where your green tights are. It's time for you to grow up, Peter Pan. Like you went into this.
Wait, am
started-
I lying?
No,
Am I
like
lying?
you.
Do you not do the same thing?
I don't do the same thing.
Oh my goodness.
I don't do the same thing. When have I made wrong? Like, give me the last thing I was wrong about. It's been a pretty good year for South Florida sports, so go ahead.
No. I'm not saying that. If you don't like somebody on an opposing team, no matter how good they are, you won't pick them to win.
He can't name a Dolphin.
But we're talking about you right now.
What about me?
Just what I said.
This is ridiculous, dude.
Is it? Is it?
You agree that you think he's a buffoon, and yet somehow you're putting it back on me? What does that have to do with anything?
I'm saying you do the same stuff.
No.
You don't? You don't pick a team because you don't like the other guy.
No. If team is good, I mean, I've never said this.
Your whole pick of everything is about gut goosies and feel good.
That's not true.
That's how you pick games.
Oh, okay. What about my analysis last year with Bucks Heat?
We keep going back to that.
What about that?
You were right.
Thank you.
Okay. But guess what? We could actually, and this is no lie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give you the first round playoffs this year for the Heat.
Okay.
The Heat are going to be a 3 seed, and they're going to have to play the Knicks.
Okay.
Who you got?
I mean, who do you think I got?
That's my point.
But it's not because I hate the Knicks. It's just the Heat are better. beat them in 6 games last year with a broken Jimmy Butler.
Okay.
You really think he would say the Knicks?
Because of that assassin Josh Hart who goes and just takes people's ankles for no reason.
All I'm saying.
That wasn't a good
Good
one.
enough.
That wasn't a good one. I couldn't think of 2 other teams.
Dude, I'm just telling you right now, I wouldn't just.
You would never pick a series with James Harden.
Because he sucks.
See what I'm saying?
In the playoffs.
So say if Philly is the number 1 seed and they're playing, let's pick and they're playing the Knicks, but James Harden's still with them, and he's averaging 25 and 10.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If I say, who you got in that series?
Did
James
he
Harden's a bum. I got the Knicks.
Did he average that 25 and 10 in the playoffs? No, of course he didn't. because it's the playoffs.
Vlad, do you see how hard it is?
I don't understand how this turned on me. I just want to come in here. I want to make fun of Paul Pierce, and
The
you.
problem is everybody else understands but you.
You're making it about Tobin. We're talking about Paul Pierce.
We're trying to bash on Paul Pierce. This guy.
Saying, I'm all
When
for
did you
bashing
become?
Paul
Hold on,
Pierce,
hold on.
And I called him a fool, but you do the same thing.
No, I don't.
I got a question. When did JFig become the Tobin supporter?
No, I am the
thing lately.
supporter of truth
Yep, supporter and Scoob.
and Scoop.
Scoop
Not
look
Birds.
like he got a little swole. Why you look so big all of a sudden?
I've been working out.
You getting chubby?
Scooby, you been working? No, you know what it is?
You know why?
I'ma
It's his
tell-
haircut.
I'm gonna
It's
tell you
the
what it is.
fur.
She shaved him and left all the hair on his head, so now you look like you got a melon.
Yeah, he
Oh,
does.
man.
But
He's
I
got a
love
dog
his
mullet.
little-
She's
his
got a
little
mullet
hair
for a
in his
dog.
Oh,
head.
look, and she didn't even get him right on. Look, one side's lower than the other side.
I didn't
nasty
do
mullet.
that. What do
That's a
you
nasty
mean?
mullet.
Don't worry, JFig. He's just lashing out the segment.
That's why he's
You're laughing
sad.
at him, Scoop.
No, that's why he's sad.
I don't like it. He's not even wearing
sad.
clothes today for
Got
me
a
to bash on
haircut.
him.
Didn't even get a haircut right. All the ladies not looking at me like they normally do.
Everybody loves his haircut.
Look, he looks miserable.
He does look miserable.
He looks
He's
miserable.
miserable because you're not letting us talk about Paul Pierce. Right,
Yeah.
Scoop?
Go ahead. Finish.
No, I just think it's just hilarious. I feel like Kevin Garnett just like goes and he sets up traps for him. He goes, "This guy's an idiot." Like he thinks that the Patriots are actually better than the Dolphins, and he goes, "Why? Oh, they got Bill Belichick."
Why do you care what Paul Pierce says?
Because he's a bat. Because he's a bad bastard.
Wait, you do that too, Jim VP.
Yeah, but that's right. There's see, like if I was always
I'm just
wrong,
saying,
but I
it
was
has
right.
nothing to do with right or wrong. You
It
can't
does, though.
comment. You can't get mad.
I
at
absolutely
somebody for doing
can.
the same thing you do.
You can't just say, "Oh, they have Bill Belichick." That would be like, "Oh, if I said
That's
that."
what you do.
But I was right. He's never right. He's always wrong. The last thing that we heard from him was that even if the Heat had Dame, they're not making the playoffs.
Because he hates Miami.
I understand
Which
that,
I'm
but what does that have to do?
familiar with.
He hates the Dolphins too.
He hates
Well,
Miami.
you hate Boston, and you hate everything about Boston. You hate the Sox. You hate the Bruins. You hate the Celtics.
I don't
You
really
hate
care about the Red
Patriots.
Sox. I don't really care about the Red Sox. There's no real rivalry there. You know, like they never play each other. There was no postseason against the Red Sox. The Bruins, obviously, big rivalry. But what does he care about the Dolphins and the Patriots? Bill Belichick.
Perhaps I picked the wrong person to make my point,
Mhm.
but my point is well taken.
I just think
you're right.
No,
you're
you
right.
just look. You want to align yourself with Paul Pierce? You go ahead.
I'm not
Leroy.
aligning myself with Paul Pierce. You are.
No, you are, dude.
You
would
are because you do the same thing.
How
Just
can I
change
align
the
it?
names?
How can I align myself with having the opposite take from him? That doesn't even make sense.
Here. Dallas against the Lakers. Who you got?
Lakers,
Why?
they're better.
No, Mark Cuban. I hate Mark Cuban. That's what you would say.
You did say that
Yeah,
earlier.
but hello,
You
he's
did
also
say that
very
earlier.
petty about LeBron.
I'm not petty about LeBron anymore. I got over LeBron a long time ago.
That's why I picked those two.
No, you're not. You're
I've
not.
got
Exactly,
over.
but
Dude,
he still
No,
picked the
you're not.
Lakers.
You still take shots.
I got. Oh, I take shots, but he
Wait,
deserves
did
shots.
Did you want Denver to win or the Lakers?
I wanted the Lakers to win because I wanted to play them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Haha, Buxton, you thought you had me.
No, but it's always an angle. It's never
You
about.
saw his
I
direction.
admit, listen,
I know.
but I that I would want the grand petty of them all, and plus, I'd like to get him straight up in a series where he doesn't get the Heat's leading scorer to be out of the series. You know, it would be nice. It would be nice. That's okay though. Listen,
I
it didn't
gotta tell
happen.
you. I got to tell you. There are days we have conversations,
Yeah.
and I need an Advil when we do. I'm just like, you are so.
I think what you need to do is stretch because you spent this entire segment reaching.
Then I probably wouldn't need to stretch because I've already
You just be
stretched.
like, let me see if I can find an anti-Tobin thing here. Let me finagle
Really?
my way over here. What's up on the top shelf over
There
here?
is nothing that I have just said about you that is not true.
Dude, you've basically argued a guy who's always right versus a guy who's always wrong. You guys
Whoa,
are
whoa,
the
whoa,
same.
whoa, 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 whoa! Who's always right?
Me.
Then why will you be wearing a bralette?
I won't, dude. I'm telling you right now. I'm sweeping this week.
Honestly, I cannot wait.
I can't wait, dude. Let me tell you something. You better start doing some
5
crunches
for
and
5,
stuff.
dude. I'm going 5 for 5 this week.
Why you calling a bralette? That's funny.
I'm going 5.
I taught him that word last week.
Yeah.
A bralette. A wallet holds money.
Leroy.
Holds boobs.
Let Leroy get cocky now. I'm telling you right now. Going 5 for 5 this week. I'm passing him in the standings.
Dude, let me explain something to you.
5 for 5, dude.
You are not gonna beat me picking games.
Yes, I am.
Because of the reasons why you pick games.
You let me see.
Yeah, look.
Can't wait to see you in the sports
I-
bra.
Listen,
A long way to go, dude.
Listen,
cannot
Tyler
wait.
was ripped. He was getting jokes cracked on him.
Yes.
You know that when he walked,
Oh
when he
my
went
goodness.
into the locker room,
Hey,
the
and
players
hey,
were cracking on him.
And we ain't wearing no shirt over it either.
Oh, you
Right?
showing
No,
everything.
no
Yeah.
balls.
Look, hold on. You can say a lot of things about old Tobes. I ain't a Welcher. I always
No, you
my
pay
bets.
your bets.
I pay my bets.
But the problem is you always lose. You have never beat me at anything,
Not
but you
true.
still do it.
Not true.
Really? When's the last time I lost?
5 for 5. It's coming up.
When's the last time I
Salt
lost?
lick. Salt lick. You had to lick salt.
Yeah, damn.
He got
that
you.
was
He got
great.
you.
That Salt Lick is still in the building.
That thing was
Lupe
terrible.
has it at her desk.
It's there?
Yes.
No.
Dude, that was disgusting.
Take-
And plus it gave me the boo-boos.
Wait a minute. Did you have a salty boo boo?
No, dude, salt is like a diuretic.
I
don't know. And I was just barely licking it too. I was just
You were falsely living up to your bet, Leroy?
No, I licked it.
He licked it, but it
I
was
licked it.
it was actually
I
a
had to
lot.
lick it every segment.
I know, I was there.
It was worse than I thought it was going to be.
Yes, it was terrible.
Take a quick break. Wrap things up on the other side. Back after this.
Time to get into
my man. Speech. First of all, I want to thank the most important person with all due.
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy taking you up until 2 o'clock here on the program. Miami Dolphins about to get back on the practice field. Mike McDaniel just speaking with reporters as they are getting set to take on the New England Patriots this week. Canes, they will be taking on Bethune-Cookman tomorrow at 7:30. Of course, you can listen to that game right here on 560 WQAM. I believe our pregame will get going at 3:30 with Danny Rabinowitz, Hollywood, and our boy Brian Monroe. And then you could hear Dono and Malik Rozier in the postgame as the Haynes have a short week.
Potty mouth? Mr. Potty Mouth?
What do you mean? Oh, it was one slip that Malik had. He was good. He was giving us some goods.
Wait, he cursed?
Yeah.
By the way,
It was a sneaky one, though.
He was
By
just
the way-
relaxed. He was letting him fly.
by the way, the comments are hilarious.
On?
They go, oh no, if Tobin loses, there's going to be a lot of side boob.
I saw that.
We're all laughing now, aren't we? But we don't know. It's only week 2, dude. Okay?
You have to get measured.
I don't have to get measured for anything.
Oh
'cause
my gosh!
I
Yes,
think so.
gotta videotape
How
him
about-
getting measured.
How about,
Yes.
you guys act like I'm down 4 games. It's 2 games. Okay?
And
It's
here's
nothing.
the worst part. Starting tomorrow, Marcos is in too.
5 for 5. I'm going 5 for 5 this week,
I'm in
dude.
for you guys tomorrow.
No, but we do picks on Friday. Picks on
right.
Friday.
You do picks Friday, so yeah, wait for.
Oh,
Friday.
I'm going-
We know. What about tomorrow? We can't include tomorrow.
No Thursday night football. Get out of here.
All right.
No, it's a Sunday pick, dude. You got Sunday, Monday. Those are the games you get to pick. Thursday's out.
All right.
Nobody gets to jump on Thursday night football.
That cuts it pretty close. That means every team gonna get picked.
Yeah, that's the fun of it.
And then we're gonna include college when bye weeks start.
I don't know. We'll figure it out, dude. You know what you're doing? You're worried about the salary cap next year. Who cares?
All I'm doing is this. I'm trying to get the rules out there because we don't want there to be any discrepancies when you lose.
Again, I don't welch on bets, so I don't know what you think I'm gonna.
What are the rules?
I don't know what you're.
But I'm just saying, JFig. I think the bye weeks start week 3. So
After
then
week
we're not
4.
going to
After
have
week 4.
So then
after
we'll
week
just,
4. We're
so
not
then
going to have. We're
we
not
can-
going to have 15 games, so we got to include college.
or we could just shrink and do 4 picks instead. You know, we'll
Nah,
just
that's
even
no
it out.
No. You don't have to cut. You don't have to cut that. That's good.
It got to be 5 a week, dude.
You're gonna have all of college football to pick from.
No.
100 games.
No. We can limit it to top 5. You know what I mean? Top 10, whatever.
You're getting too cute.
No, I'm not. I'm just trying to
Getting a
keep the
little-
same number every week.
Too cute.
When you have 4 teams that are on bye weeks, how can you not include? This is the only way you're gonna catch up.
Dude,
If we're only picking 3 games or 4
hey,
games, you ain't
dude,
gonna be able to catch up.
This isn't Braves Marlins. I'm nipping at your heels. Okay, I go 4-1. You have a 2-win week. I pass you.
When am I gonna have a 2-way week? 2-win
Okay.
week?
Oh yeah, you know all football
you
games.
talking.
You know all
talking
football
heavy.
games. You've never been
Talking
wrong about
heavy.
football.
Okay.
You got sent $2 for your sports bra.
Didn't you pick Carolina? Did you pick Carolina to win the South?
Yeah, I
You
did.
know football so much.
I did. I took
No.
a flyer. I told you I took a flyer.
Oh, I took a flyer. All right. I'm sure you'll get in there for some flyers. Listen, when we go 3 people, you're gonna have slim pickings at the end, dude.
So are you.
I know what I'm doing. 5 for 5.
Oh my goodness. What the hell is wrong with him? What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
I don't know why the truth of a situation always seems to elude.
If I would have lost Monday Night Football, I would be in a dire situation, but I won. I'm not in that bad a spot, baby.
Thanks to my team.
You're right.
Look, Vlad, you had to wish for the Jets.
Well, I didn't wish for it. I needed to wish for a miracle at that point, but I didn't go
Yeah.
into this thinking that Aaron Rodgers was going to get hurt in Fort Blaze.
Right.
You know, crazy times. Anyway, Dolphins will be back on the practice field coming on up. Mike McDaniel.
Today is first day. They go Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Mike McDaniel said that Teron Armstead should get some action in practice today. They'll be doing some things, so he might be on his way back. But I gotta tell you, the line was pretty great. You can't knock their performance against Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack. They were fantastic this last game.
All right.
But that being said, I'd love to see Armstead back out there.
Yes. I think that was one of the more shocking developments during the game, was that with those two pass rushers, the offensive line held its own, right? I think we were all pleasantly surprised at that.
You want a positive Jets quote from Mike McDaniel there, Vlad?
Go ahead.
He said, this is from Omar Kelly's Twitter, quote, "If I were a betting man, I'd bet that team will find a way."
Yeah, that's his boy. Salah's his boy.
Salah is his boy.
They were together.
Yeah, they were together in San Francisco.
Salah's his boy, but he's that's nice. That's polite.
He didn't beat around the bush either. Like, he went straight to the point.
Well,
yeah, that's funny. He didn't. There was no filler.
Well, hold on. That's what Omar wrote.
That's what he wrote. Who
The
knows?
actual answer could have been
right.
The actual answer could have been 17 minutes.
We'll have to tune in tomorrow to find out. We'll have to find out. We'll have to find out how long he actually had to ramble about the Jets. Something tells me that was just Omar. I think if you're a writer, you're like, okay, that's the 4 words I'm going to use from the 40 you just gave me there, Mike. I'm gonna link in there. Mm-hmm.
Whoa!
Which person?
Hey,
would you ask? Which person would you want to ask a question to?
Mm-hmm.
Mike McDaniel
mm-hmm.
or Alonzo Mourning?
Ooh.
Nobody answered longer than Alonzo in a post game.
We've interviewed
a question. It's 3.5 minutes.
I think. Well, not to brag, but we've interviewed Alonzo a handful of times. I actually got to interview Alonzo one time, and he was pretty brief. It was it was the draft. They ended up getting Tyler Hero, I think, because Tyler was in Zion's draft, I think. So whatever draft lottery day they did for that, I interviewed Alonzo there. I like listening to him. He's so wise. And the last time, the second to last time we interviewed him, that dude was like money on saying how good Bam was going to be.
Yep.
He told us, he's like, that guy is going
was
to
that
be.
the same one he told us he had a great personality?
Yes.
That was on the boat.
He didn't say great personality. He said great sense of humor.
Well, executive Zoe is totally different than Zoe the player. Because Zoe the player, you ask him a question, I could leave my recorder, ask the 6 other players that played in the game their questions, and come back, and Zoe's still answering that first question.
It's a very thoughtful man. And
I know this week the McDaniel answers. I mean, you ask him a question, I'm minute 48. Come on, guys. Like, there should be no minute 48 answers from a
He's got a lot to say.
Tobin.
Yeah.
Tobin is Robert needs a salad.
Bit of a stretch. Not his best work.
Yeah.
Not your best, Schmeathan. Not your best. So kindly go to hell.
Kindly
though. Just
why
kindly.
do you have to say kindly?
Oh, because I don't want him to like have a quick trip to hell. I'd like him to just have like a nice leisurely trip to hell. That's what I would want for Schmeathan.
It's a nice trip to hell. It's like somebody saying respectfully before they disrespect you.
Kindly and respectfully go to hell, Schmeathan. Oh man. No, man, it's going to be 5 for 5 this week. I'm telling you right now.
Okay.
And then what are you going to say?
What games are you looking at?
Oh,
you don't have to announce it yet. What games are you looking at?
You don't
maybe throw them off a little.
A magician never looks at his never reveals his tricks. You know,
your tricks got you 2 and 3, and about to be wearing a bra,
dude. 2 and I'm not about to be anything.
It's not a secret.
You wearing a Victoria's Secret bra?
We have we wearing the Kyler Murray
bra. No, I know that. But where are you going to get it from? Or like what?
You got to order from the people.
Whatever, we got to figure it out. But
what you want that specific one?
Yeah,
measurements like that.
Got it. I didn't know that. Okay.
I'm telling you right now, dude. You're going to be singing a different tune next week. It's going to be something.
Okay.
A different tune next week. And then guess what?
This is Tobin's bro. That would be fun.
It's one of those where like you got a lot of cockiness and swagger to you right now. It's great. Anybody can have a good week 1. It's okay. You got the lucky week when nobody has any info. But now it's meat and potatoes time. And let me tell you something, dude. Nobody loves meat and potatoes more than me.
All right. You might ought to lay off of that for the next.
I'm not laying off anything because I'm not gonna have to do anything.
I'm looking out for you. You're my boy. I don't want
I'm looking out for you.
I don't want you up in here looking like John Candy.
Might be time for you to hit those UFC gyms there, Tobin.
Go ahead.
Maybe.
Go do the
Kyle Lowry. All right, everybody. That's our show for today. We will talk to you guys tomorrow.
Text WQAM